Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us today on yourliveevent.com as we get set for a North Dakota Class A region matchup here between the Lisbon Broncos with their regular season home finale, and they welcome in the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. The Broncos on the year at 4-3 overall. They're 4-1 in region play. Hillsboro Central Valley on the season coming in at 5-2, 3-2 in Region 1 action. A big one here when it comes to those playoff standings. 5 teams still alive for the 4 spots in Region 1 football. We'll break it down. We'll get you ready for the kickoff here today. It's the Lisbon Broncos, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. This is your Irie Insurance pregame show.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullis & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club.
This is your Irie Insurance pregame show. The Lisbon Broncos, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, and we begin it with our pregame coaches' comments. Pregame coaches' comments from Dakota Heritage Bank. Down on the field with Brent Dickett's head coach of the Lisbon Broncos, Mark Moss.
All right, everybody, I'm here with head coach of Lisbon Broncos, head coach Mark Moss. Coach Moss, you guys coming off a win, a shutout win against Mayport CG. Just kind of walk us through this week of practice and how it was getting ready for Hillsboro Central Valley this week.
Yeah, it was a good win last week. You know, we came out, we struggled a little bit. You give Mayport credit; they played us hard that first quarter. But you know, our kids, you know, they just continue to battle and find ways to win football games. Our defense put out another shutout up, so that helped. So yeah, the kids were excited this week. You know, we got a lot to play for tonight. You know, could be our last home game against a really good Hillsboro team. So you know, that's just playing a team that of Hillsboro's caliber gets kids get a little fired up in practice.
Yeah, just kind of talking about, I guess one of the things I'm looking forward to is going to be that defensive battle between Lisbon and Hillsboro Central Valley. You both have pitched a number of shutouts. You've had, you know, some good defensive stands in these games that you guys have played, and you know, just kind of walk us through that. What do you see on the defensive side of the ball? What do you think is going to be key for you guys? I guess with the offense to get by that Hillsboro Central Valley defense.
Yeah, we're going to need our defense to step up big tonight. So, you know, Hillsboro, everything that every coach I've talked to says they're big, they're physical, you know, and obviously that sticks out on film. But this game's going to come down to, can we get their quarterback on the ground? I mean, their quarterback's the real deal. I mean, they run option. I mean, he's in control of their offense. He's what makes their offense go. So, I mean, we got to tackle. We got to rally to the ball. if we don't, it could be a long night.
Yeah, and then just kind of looking at the Lisbon offense, you guys have, been through kind of the plug and play with some of the injuries to your offensive lineup. How's that offense looking for you guys tonight?
Yeah, just another week, another injury for us. So we're gonna have we lost Riley last week, so now we're gonna have Grayson Lyons. He ran the ball hard when he came in last week, so we have confidence in him, and we got a few kids back on the offensive line that could help us. So. We're just finding ways to win. Kids are stepping up, and you like to see that as a coach. You don't like the injuries, but you like to see kids step up when they're given the opportunity.
All right, Coach. Everybody, this is head coach of Lisbon Broncos, Coach Mark Moss. I wish everybody good luck tonight for the Broncos, Coach, and we'll hopefully talk to you after the game.
Yeah. Thanks, Brent.
Yep. All right, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brent and Coach Mark Moss with our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame coaches comments. DHB.bank, the website, Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future. We'll be back with more on our pregame show brought to you by Irie Insurance. You're watching on yourliveevent.com.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
I was visiting with Ben at the Hillsboro Body Shop, and we discussed, a lot of things. And then we were discussing, when do you think about the body shop? Most times it's after your vehicle gets damaged from an accident, hitting a deer, hailstorms, scratches, dents, windshield cracks. Ben says, beep. I say, when you need the repairs to your vehicle as you're thinking of the Hillsboro Body Shop, call Ben. 701-636-4981.
Hillsboro Campground and Laundry is conveniently located right off I-29 exit 104, offering spacious pull-through sites large enough to accommodate Class A rigs with tow cars. Laundry services open 24/7, serving both our campground guests and local community. And for extra flexibility, furnished rentals are available up to 3 bedrooms, perfect for overflow guests or housing your harvest crew. Whether you're here for a night or a season, Hillsboro Campground has you covered.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get to see Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy.
Lisbon Broncos and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros facing off here tonight in North Dakota Class A Region 1 football matchup. Head coach of the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, Joe Johnson, down on the field with Brent Dick, part of our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame coaches comments.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining our on-field interview with head coach of Hillsboro Central Valley, Joe Johnson. Coach Johnson, Hillsboro Central Valley, you guys coming off a win last week. You've pitched I think actually you've given up 6 points in the last 4 games with your defense playing strong, strong showing from them. You got one on the number 5 rated team in the state, allegedly Calm. So just kind of walk us through this week of practice and how you guys got ready for the Lisbon Broncos.
Yeah, I feel good about what the guys have been doing, but that doesn't last. We have to, it's every day. What are we doing today to be a better football team? You try to build on some of that momentum, but every week, that's the beauty of high school football. 1 game a week and you get focused for that game. Good week of practice, good week of preparation, and we have a beautiful night tonight. So, a great night for football, Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, it is a beautiful night out here in Lisbon, North Dakota, up here at Bronco Stadium. You guys, looking at the Lisbon Broncos, they've, fielded a couple different offensive formations. We saw a wishbone, we saw just an eye back, we saw a split backfield. How'd you guys, right, in trips and also twin receivers, and then, putting a couple guys in motion once in a while. So how did your defense kind of prepare for that? Just what do you guys expect to see tonight from the Lisbon offense?
Yeah, that's one of the things about the era of football that we're in is that through huddle and technology, you get to watch what's going on with other teams, and so everybody kind of sees every play that people run, and so we prepare accordingly. And it's about doing assignments. It's about doing the fundamentals of football, and that's a part of football is a lot of formations, a lot of motions, and certainly Lisbon does that and utilizes it and does it well. And so we've prepared accordingly, and then it's the fundamentals of it comes down to tackling and blocking, doing our assignments and doing it well.
Yeah, and then talk about your offense a little bit. When I talk to somebody about Hillsboro Central Valley, they talk about Luke Lashuk, your quarterback, and they talk about how hard your running backs run out there and just their toughness. So, talk a little bit about your offense and what they're going to show us tonight.
Yeah, so first of all, Tyson Lashuk, his older brother is Luke. You must be a wrestling guy because Luke was a wrestler. And, the third of three brothers, and both Luke and Jace were both great athletes as well. We see that so often that youngest one who's been competing with those older brothers all those years steps up and has a great career. He's obviously having a good year. He's a good quarterback, good free safety on both sides of the ball. He's a leader and doing a lot of things well. Keeps everybody doing the right thing as well. Makes corrections on the field. Oftentimes when we have something to correct as a coach, Tyson's on it with his teammate before we get there, and there's some self-correcting that happens, which is exactly the kind of leadership you want from your quarterback. And the rest of the offense, it begins and ends on that line of scrimmage, and games are won and lost in the trenches. And in the guys up front are, we feel good about those guys. We've got all seniors starting on that offensive line, and there's something about the experience and that physical maturity, and we feel good about that. And then in our backfield, two senior running backs and Carson Kazette and Sawyer Owens, who have ran the ball well, and they run hard, and they're smart runners. And you put that together with those receivers with, of course, Chase Halfley at tight end, and then we've got a combination of receivers between Bryce Miller and Brody Rognus and Griffin Mitzel that all of them are targets for Leshik. And so feel good about our offense, and it's just a matter of going out and executing.
Yeah, you named a number of those seniors on that offensive unit that you have. And we did talk briefly just about those 10 seniors, just one of those things that's maybe unheard of in small-town football is just the number of seniors that you have on this team. What does that mean for your team? And then, as setting an example for those junior classmen.
Yeah, that's right. So we have 11 seniors on the team, 10 of them that are dressed because, this whole year we knew that we didn't have Braden Chenault, had that ACL injury last spring. And those 10 seniors have stepped up. They stepped up in the offseason, got in the weight room, provided leadership for those younger guys. Getting all 10 of them on the field at the same time is a big deal. It's true in every sport, but maybe even more so in football because of the physicality of the game and having that physical maturity of having seniors on the field is a big deal. And then we also feel good about the depth that we have in those positions, and we have younger guys that are coming up that are looking forward to their opportunity to show what they can do on the football field.
All right, everybody, this is head coach Hillsboro Central Valley, Joe Johnson. Coach, good luck, and good luck to the Burros tonight.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Brent Dick, along with head coach Joe Johnson for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Our pregame coaches comments from Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future, dhb.bank, the website. We'll return more of your pregame show when we come back. This is yourliveevent.com.
Keep yourself healthy as we head back to school and into the autumn season. Hillsboro Drug and Gift is your locally owned full-service pharmacy with prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough and cold medications, and more. And don't forget, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills, 701-636-5231. Hillsboro Drug also offers free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. There's always something new at Hillsboro Drug with a great selection of seasonal items, gifts, and cards for all occasions. They're always happy to help you, and they thank you for your business at Hillsboro Drug and Gift.
Welcome to the city of Hillsboro, a small town with big opportunity. Here, you don't just find a house, you find a quality of life. Safe neighborhoods, affordable living, and a community that treats your family like their own. Build your dream home with lots starting at an attractive price and enjoy homeowner incentives and grant funds to help make it yours. Come live, work, and thrive in Hillsboro, where you don't just live, you belong.
People often ask me, why are Hillsboro Central Valley athletes so successful? Have you seen our fitness center? The weightlifting doesn't stop with our athletics. At Hillsboro Public School, we strive to do difficult things all the time. We help struggling readers read. Our MTSS process makes sure all students are improving. Hillsboro students are challenged to do difficult tasks each day. Please come and check out our school. And if you need a place to exercise, check out our fitness center.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
This is your IRA Insurance pregame show on yourliveevent.com. Thanks for joining us here tonight from Lisbon Bronco Field. It's the Lisbon Broncos hosting the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros as both teams line up. See the Broncos in their red uniforms, the Burros in the road whites here tonight for this matchup. An important one when it comes to the playoff seeding, as that's we're 2 weeks away, 2 weeks and a day away from the first round of the Class A playoffs. As we look at the region standings right now, Ellendale, Edgeley-Calm, Northern Cass, and Lisbon, all 4-1 in region play. EEK has lost to Hillsboro Central Valley. Northern Cass has lost to Lisbon. Lisbon has lost to EEK here. So those three certainly in the mix. Oaks at 3-2, Hillsboro Central Valley at 3-2 in region play as well. Oaks has the head-to-head win over Hillsboro Central Valley, and then last week falling to Northern Cass. So how we get into those tiebreakers and everything, we'll see, because as of right now, 5 teams all eligible still for the playoff run there, and all 5 of those could mathematically be the number 1 seed come playoff time as of this moment right now. Now, a couple big games going on here today, certainly in front of us with in front of us here with Lisbon hosting Hillsboro Central Valley. Another one here, Northern Cass hosting Ellendale Edgeley-Calm. Winner of that one will have the front runner for the number 1 seed in the region there. Other games in Region 1 here today. Sargent County hosts Mayport CG. Valley City hosting Oaks in Region 1 play. Couple big matchups to keep an eye on, too, just a little outside the region. Region 2, top 5 matchup. It's Langdon versus Park River area. And that one, then also Grafton and Thompson are playing. So the top 4 teams in Region 2 are all playing each other here tonight as well. So a fun night of high school football around the area and here as well, too, on Bronco Field as the Lisbon Broncos get set to take on the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. We'll come back. We'll talk more, break down this game, get you set for your opening kickoff, yourliveevent.com. We're proud to bring you this broadcast here tonight.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with IRE Insurance.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
Irie Insurance pregame show, IrieINS.com, the website for your insurance needs. Get the insurance coverage you need with the customer service you deserve. Irie Insurance. Lisbon Broncos and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros coming in. Lisbon Broncos at 4-3 overall. Hillsboro Central Valley at 5-2, and we'll go down to the field here. Brent Dick join us on our sidelines here tonight. And Brent, let's start with the Lisbon Broncos, their final regular season home game, because of course they're looking to have some home games in the playoffs if they can get it. And based on what you've seen the last couple weeks, what do they need to bring in duty here tonight to try and secure a spot there?
Yeah, just looking at the Lisbon Broncos, and coach kind of alluded to it a little bit in his pregame interview, is just the health of the Broncos backfield. So they've had Riley Lucina go down with an injury. They had their quarterback Jordan Bittner go out earlier in the season. So a number of these underclassmen have had to step up, and I just look to see those, I guess, the running backs. You got Cruz Ranke back in there. He was out with an injury as well. So just how that backfield, how they've developed over the last couple of games, and if they're able to get downfield behind those linemen.
Well, and on the other side of the field, you look at Hillsboro Central Valley. One thing you talked with Coach about the defense, and really I think defense can be a big key for both these teams, both coming off of shutouts last week. But Hillsboro Central Valley back-to-back shutouts. 3 of their last 4 games have been shutouts with only 6 total points allowed in those 4 games here. So coming in, and a big part of that is stopping the run. Last week at home against Sargent County, held them to less than a yard per rush on average. And when you can set teams behind the sticks there on a 2nd long, 3rd and long, they're a great recipe for success as well too. So we'll see how those things break out here tonight. This is your Irie Insurance pregame show here on yourliveevent.com, bringing you this matchup from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Here, myself, Jake Berkmeyer, along with Brent Dick with us on the sidelines. LiveEvent.com. It's the Broncos and the Burros coming up next.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care. Guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
You can buy beef by the quarter, half or whole beef from Mueller Beef, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or whole from Mueller Beef out of Hillsboro. You can buy beef by the quarter, the half or the whole beef from Mueller Beef, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or whole from Mueller Beef out of Hillsboro.
Lisbon Broncos and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros here tonight on yourliveevent.com as we get set for our starting lineups. Here, starting lineups are brought to you by American Crystal Sugar Company as the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros will be announced looking at their defense. Well, no, their offense. Their offense here On the offensive line, all seniors on the offensive line will be number 75, Jack Matson, number 50, Jamison Lee, number 52, John Matson, number 51, Colin Jennett, and number 54, Brody Dickoff. They're along left tackle to right tackle on that offensive line. It will be seniors in the backfield as well, too. Number 24, Sawyer Owens, and number 4, Carson Cassette at that fullback spot for your running backs. Tight end will be number 23, Chase Halfley, the senior, along with junior number 88, Bryce Miller at one wide receiver, senior number 7, Brody Rogness at the other wide out. Led out by their senior quarterback, number 15, Tyson Lushik. Here the senior for Hillsboro Central Valley. Burrows coming off a win last week at home versus Sargent County, a 30-0 shutout victory in that one. Your American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups here tonight. Learn about American Crystal Sugar, their quality products, their grower-owned. Find out more at crystalsugar.com. Looking at the starting defense for the Lisbon Broncos as they will come out in a 3-4 defensive alignment. At the defensive ends will be sophomore, number 58, Jesse Jones. At the other defensive end will be the senior, number 70, Brock Lyons. At defensive tackle, senior, number 51, Zach Ward. In the linebacking core will be the two sophomores, number 24, Sully Kelson, and number 26, Ian Anderson. Senior number 55, Eli Lyons, along with sophomore number 23, Cruz Rinke, in that linebacking core. Defensive backfield will be the junior number 4, Blake Wall, and along with seniors number 2, Grayson Lyons, and number 11, Zane Lyons. Here for the Lisbon Broncos, coming off a shutout victory themselves last week on the road against Mayport CG. Broncos at 4-3 overall, 4-1 in Region 1 play. Here hosting the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Burros at 5-2. They are 3-2 in region play. That's your starting lineups, brought to you by American Crystal Sugar Company. Learn to live the sweet life with American Crystal Sugar. Here as our part of our starting lineups as well, too. We'll grab our officials here, or the Tri-State Officials Association. It is Tyler Bertram, David Thompson, Brett Lambert, Kelly McNary, and Jeff Bugstead. There are our officials here today. Thanks for their efforts in being an official. We appreciate our officials. Getting ready for opening kickoff. We'll come back, wrap up your IRE Insurance pregame show, and kick it off between the Lisbon Broncos and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Visit with Rocky Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm and SeedX sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Common doesn't do the extra reps. Common doesn't push the limits. And Common doesn't do all of that before the sun is up. We work harder than anyone else when no one is watching, so that when everyone is watching, we're ready to answer the call. Discover your uncommon side with the North Dakota Army National Guard.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Kickoff time in Lisbon. We thank you for joining us here today on yourliveevent.com. Appreciate your viewership. Special shout out here to Terry and the crew at the Hillsboro Events Club. Thanks for tuning us on in there, everyone watching there, and wherever you are, join us here with yourliveevent.com. Thanks as well to all the sponsors you'll see in here throughout tonight's broadcast. We ask whenever possible, please patronize those businesses. At the very least, tell them thank you. They're the ones that make it possible for us to be here. Myself, Jake Burkmeyer, the play-by-play call. Brent Dick joining me down on the sidelines. As Brent, I think both teams, we're ready to kick this thing off.
Yeah, the atmosphere is definitely picking up, a little electric down here on the Broncos sideline. So looking for a good game tonight between the Broncos and the Burros.
Nice Friday night here. The lights are on. No wind here. Still flag there over off to our right as the Lisbon Broncos will be kicking right to left as we have it. Kelson to kick, and it will be a squib kick, and it will be picked up by the upback for Hillsboro Central Valley as Cassette works it up to the left sideline along that hash mark. He'll have it just past the 40-yard line. 41 is where they will start this first quarter drive.
And that's just one thing for the Broncos. Their special teams as far as kickoffs, you see a lot of line drive kicks, and that one was just kind of a squib kick low, just hugging the ground there.
Borough offense, Matson Lee, Matson, Jenin, Dickoff on your offensive line, Lushik your quarterback, Owens and Cassette your running backs, Halfley your tight end, Miller and Rognus your receivers. As they send Halfley out as a wide receiver right side, go one back, Cassette in the backfield. Owens goes inside, slot receiver on trip set to the left side. Lushik from the pistol, takes snap, turns, hands off. Cassette in the backfield. Stymie tries to shimmy out to his left side. Nothing there, stonewalled, and no gain on the first carry for Cassette.
Yeah, for the Broncos, Zach Ward, Sully Kelson there getting in on it. So the line there, Zach Ward stepping up, making that first contact.
Burrows run the ball very nicely last week. Season high in rush average, 5.62 yards per carry, including a $194 by Sawyer Owens on the ground last week. He'll be the tailback in the I formation right now for the Burros. Lushik under center, turns, runs the option, looking, being stretched out. He'll tuck it and run. He escapes over on the right side. He gets a block to the outside edge, past the 50 and into Bronco territory. First down, 11-yard gain as he's drug out of bounds, that time by Zane Lyons.
Yeah, it was a nice block there by number 4, Carson Cassette. He was able to seal that corner there and let the quarterback get around here and for a big gain.
Jesse Jones, Zach Ward, Brock Lyons on the defensive line. Sully Kelson, Ian Anderson, Cruz Rinke, Eli Lyons, your linebackers. Blake Quall, Grayson Lyons, Zane Lyons, your defensive backs for the starting defense of the Broncos. They shift there on the strong side. Give his left side here to Owens as he nearly gets away, but nice grab around the hip, bring him down, holding on for that tackle, that time made by Eli Lyons.
Yeah, there's a nice hole that opened up there. Eli Lyons is able just to turn back around and able to hold on for the tackle.
Be 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard gain. 10:53 to go on your Bank North scoreboard in this first quarter as we get this game kicked off here today. Griffin Mitzel will check in. He'll be a receiver out to the bottom of your screen, wide side, along with Bryce Miller twinned up on that part of the formation. I set here behind Lushik under center, run the option to the left side. He'll again tucking himself inside. He's hit as he gets back up to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and again another good flush out of that option play.
Yeah, linebackers active here for the Broncos. Eli Lyons and Zach Ward in there again on the tackle.
First third down opportunity for Hillsboro Central Valley as they'll come out. Brody Rognus will come in, I should say, with the play call from that sidelines. They'll be working on the inside of the field, shaded a little bit there to that left hash mark. Three receivers to the right side, one to the left. Lushik in the pistol, looks to the bottom of your screen, that right side. He throws the out route to Miller. It's caught. He turns upfield, makes 1, 2, miss, and then shrugs off a tackle as he's pushed out of bounds. First down, 9-yard gain.
Yeah, well, it was just a nice route there by Bryce Miller. Ran right around about an 8-yard out, saw where he needed to get for the first down, and stretched the ball and made the first down for the Burros.
Miller with his 19th catch of the season. Here as Tyson Lushik comes into this game, 46 of 97 there, so just over, what was that, like 53% passing? I'm bad at math. I formation here, Lushik under center, fullback could give that time to just run up the gut not much room there for Hunter Kleckner as he picks up 1 yard.
Yeah, Zach Ward in on the tackle, making that first contact for the Broncos. The Broncos just piled on after that.
Second and 9. Burrows drive that started at their 41-yard line. Picking up Tyson Lushik 11-yard option keep, and then Lushik to Miller on third down, picking those 2 first downs to extend the drive. Last week they had a lot of first downs. First half controlled for about 17-plus minutes of the clock in the first half. There in that victory against Sargent County. Blitz comes well timed that time by the Broncos. Lushik in the backfield just holds on for dear life. Ball comes out. Ball comes out at the end. Officials come in and they will say,
stop for the Broncos.
Waiting for an official sign. Kelson was the one to make the tackle here coming on that blitz, and it will stay Borough football here, loss of 1.
Yeah, Sully Kelson and Zach Ward again. Zach Ward having a big day there on the defensive line. In on a number of plays already in this drive.
Well, both teams knowing that, hey, we want to do some things with running the ball. And, you know, Coach Moss talked about keying in on the quarterback of the Burrows, Lushik himself. So we'll see, we're already seeing here what the game plan is kind of against that option of make him get the ball out of his hands. Trips receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Lushik back to pass, looking left. Now coming back right. He'll scramble out. He's got time. He'll stop on the hash mark. Still back there. Now he's going to let it fly left side, looking deep, and it is incomplete. Looking for Owens in the end zone, but a flag comes in. A flag comes in late. Also have a player down for the Broncos in the offensive backfield as well, too. So we'll take a timeout while they attend to him. We'll get everything else sorted out with the penalty as well, too. 8:11 to go in the first quarter. 0-0 the score on your Bank North scoreboard on yourliveevent.com.
Lutheran Church in Hillsboro, North Dakota invites you to experience the love of God. Our Savior supports all youth with academics, athletics, music, art, dance, and drama, and offer meaningful opportunities for people of all ages. Join us for worship at 8:30 or 10:30 each Sunday morning, in person or watch on television, HTC Channel 34, or online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or at oslchillsboro.com.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Out of the timeout from Nodak Insurance, Trail County Agents with Answers, Brad Richter, Nick Preston into Hillsboro and Mayville. 0-0, 8:11 to go in this first quarter. Hillsboro Central Valley starting with the ball on their own 41-yard line. They have driven to the 36-yard line of the Lisbon Broncos. Player injured or down on the field for the Broncos. Zach Ward, he gets up, jogs off under his own power, but looking just to check him out there as he comes over. And it will be 4th and 12 for Hillsboro Central Valley. Just had the pass incompletion. They picked up the flag. So they had thrown the flag late, and then when officials got together, discussed everything, they said no penalty, pick up the flag, no laundry on the field. Burrows here on 4th down. Here will be back to pass. Lushik looking. Wanted to load up, throw it deep on the left. Now he's going to hold it on the right. He's going to try and scramble for something along the sideline. He steps out of bounds. Steps out of bounds there, the back of the heel, as he was dancing away from the defense. And no gain, turnover on downs for the Burrows. 8 minutes exactly to go in this first quarter of play, as Lisbon will take over on their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, another good down of pass protection for Hillsboro Central Valley, and Eli Lyons able to close the gap fast there with Lushik and drag him out of bounds.
The pass protection, but also the defensive contain by that front, not letting Lushik get out and scramble there. Broncos come out here, and Dewey leads the offense out as they're going to spread it wide. Trips out to the right side, lone receiver left side. Here with Trying to see, did Ward come in is he the center for his first snap? It looks like he is back in. Here's a give inside, breaking off one tackle into the second level, and a nice gain on first down, 9 yards, picked up for Grayson Lyons.
Yeah, that was a nice carry there by Grayson Lyons. Coach alluded to that, had Grayson Lyons in the backfield last week, said he was running hard, so he put him in there again this week.
Grayson Lyons, Cruz Rinke, your starting running backs. Ian Anderson, your fullback. Tight end is Sully Kelson. Zane Lyons, your wide receiver. Jesse Jones, Brock Lyons, Zach Ward, Eli Lyons, Rylan Moss on the offensive line. Evan Toohey, your quarterback for the Lisbon Broncos. In the shotgun set, running back to the left side. Toohey will keep it himself off that edge. Hit in the backfield by Matson, then planted as he gets up. Should have the line to gain there. Brody Dickoff making the play, but it is indeed a first down for the Lisbon Broncos.
Yeah, it was patient running there by Evan Toohey. The hole opened up. He's able to get through it, get a couple yards, and pick up the first down.
So take that against a Borough defense coming out with Jack Matson, Colin Jen, and Brody Dickoff, Bryce Miller on the defensive line. Carson Kazette, Griffin Mitzel, Chase Halfley, your linebackers. Sarah Owens and Brody Rognes, your corners. Tyson Lushik and Jacob Miller, your safeties for Hillsboro Central Valley. Miller, that safety, kind of rolls up almost into a fourth linebacker look as the Broncos hand off our right side. It's going to be Grayson Lyons as he will drag his way up for a 3-yard gain.
For the Broncos.
Yeah, just another straight ahead run for the Broncos, just trying to soften that middle up of the defense of Hillsboro Central Valley.
Jacob Miller on the stop for the Burrows, brings up second down.
Second down for the Broncos, right at midfield here. Just to the left of that Bronco logo. Here's 6:27 to go, first quarter. Broncos defense forcing a turnover on downs. Now their offense trying to move the ball down the field. Kelson will be split out wide right side as a receiver. In the shotgun set, they'll turn handoff here to Lyons. Grayson Lyons will kind of try and stiff arm his way back, kind of goes sidewise for a couple yards, but he'll pick up 3. Going to be third down now and 5.
Yeah, just a little option play by the quarterback. He ended up pulling it out. Shouldn't say ended up pulling it out. He ended up giving the ball to the running back and faked the pass. It was just a nice play, a couple yards for the Broncos.
Do see for the Broncos, Eli Lyons. It looks like he's getting retaped there on the sideline. Trying to see then here who came in at guard. Looks like Madden Schwab. Madden Schwab in on that offensive line right now for the Broncos. Here's they come out, trip set to the right side, one left. In the shotgun set, they'll keep it himself on the quarterback power. Toohey works his way up, falling behind his blockers. He'll have the first down yardage before he's finally turned back here. Should have the first down yardage.
Yeah, it was both back-to-back, same play there. This time, Toohey keeps the ball, runs upfield for the first down.
Keep it on the ground there as he got turned back. I wasn't sure if he was turned back by the defense or was his own momentum trying to get around the defense. But they do say first down yardage, gain of 6. Move the chains for the Broncos. Ian Anderson returns here into the backfield. Carter Keller comes out for the Broncos with the substitutions. They'll go lone receiver left side in Zane Lyons. Here and load up everyone else on the right side. And it'll be an I formation under center. Send a man in motion right to left. Toohey calls out and hands it back to that motion man. Going back left to right. The handoff goes to Cruz Rinke. And he works it down the sideline. Big gain, first down and more for the Broncos on a nicely designed end around.
Yeah, it was kind of a counter play. They ran the first back through, and then Cruz Rinke comes on the end around, and they're able to seal that corner. Rinke upfield for some big yards.
We'll move it up ahead here to the 24. They're going to mark it on there. Nice gain for Rinke. Up the 20 yards on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like Eli Lyons back in. He's just a little bit ginger on that foot, on his left foot.
There. Well, that slides back over here, and now that was Madden Schwab coming out. There we go. Handoff left side, give off the back. Defender couldn't wrap him up, so he'll slide free. And Grayson Lyons picks up 3 on the first down carry. And so far the Broncos continuing just to move forward. Here's 2, here's 3. Had the big run, and then here's 3 again.
Yeah, Grayson Lyons weighs right around 150 pounds, and right now he's running hard, pushing that ball downfield, and not afraid of contact.
4 minutes elapsed on this drive. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Trips receivers right side of the formation, top of your screen for the Broncos. It will be Tui on the option. He'll keep it himself, and he has turned back that time. Bryce Miller for the Burrow defense, able to read it, stay home, and tackle for loss that time. First negative play by the Broncos.
Yeah, Bryce Miller, defensive end over on that left side, looked like he was just waiting for that, and wrapped up the quarterback.
Down here, not quite into the red zone, but approaching the red zone. Broncos here taking a little extra time in the huddle as Grayson Lyons brings the play in. Running back for the Broncos. And those substitutions in, trying to keep guys fresh each play. They will send 3 to the right side. Here with Carter Keller, Zane Lyons, Cruz Rinke. In the backfield, it will be Tui. He'll hand off and wrapped up there by the Burrow defense. Matson and Mitzel keeping Grayson Lyons there to minimal gain.
Yeah, those linebackers of Hillsboro Central Valley, they're just kind of stacking the box there now. Not much running room these last couple of downs for the Broncos.
Sebastian Gayton checks out for the Burrow defense here as they rotate back in. Cody Dickoff returns here for Hillsboro Central Valley. 4th down, Broncos. Here as they try to extend the drive, they'll send 3 out to the top of your screen, right side of the formation, short side of the field. Lone receiver is Sully Kelson out wide by himself on the left side. They're going to look to set up a screen here, and it is incomplete. Receiver got tripped up, fell down in the backfield anyway, so the incomplete, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Broncos. 2:09 to go in our first quarter. A 5-minute, 51-yard drive that ends up returning the ball to the Burrow offense, who had the turnover on downs on a 4-minute drive of their own here earlier in the quarter. So both teams moving the ball, but defenses standing tall here on 4th down.
Both teams kind of the bend don't break and get the stop here.
Hillsboro Central Valley will have 2 receivers twinned up right side, I formation, full or tight end on the left side. Give here to Owens, left side, breaks it here into the second level, stiff arms his way to the outside as he tries to escape, but held on there to that lower body of the legs and brought down here up at the 33, going to be a gain of 9.
Yeah, that was Eli Lyons back there with the initial contact, but the running back was able to shrug him off and get downfield.
So sets up a 2nd and 1 for Hillsboro Central Valley. And Burrows here, 2 region losses, 3 and 2 in region play. They'll wrap up region play next week at home against Mayport CG. Broncos go on the road against Sargent County. Right side, give that time. Second man through Owens, but nowhere to go. 2nd and short, and the Broncos going to hold it down to 3rd and short.
That was looks like Matt Schwab, Brock Lyons, and Eli Lyons in on that tackle.
For the Burrows.
And well, this would be tush-push time if we were in Philadelphia. Here on 3rd and short for Hillsboro Central Valley inside the right hash mark. 1 minute to go in our first quarter. What has been a fast-paced first quarter right now. We're not even 20 minutes old here to begin us off. Receivers split out each way, I formation. Tight end comes out, Halfley on the right side, and it will be not the tush push, but the QB sneak diving forward. Lushik will get the first down, and that will move the chains. Lushik with his 5th carry here to start this one. That's the 3rd first down by the Burrow offense in this first quarter. And they will have to run one more play. Play clock at 28, so about a 2.5 second difference between play clock and game clock. Burrows trips receivers to the right side, bottom of your screen. Lushik will pitch it over to the right side here, and on the run, Kleckner will get up here to the 43-yard line before he's hit and knocked out of bounds. Coming up, Zane Lyons to make the play. A nice gain for Hunter Kleckner on the little pitch play.
Led by Zane Lyons.
Yeah, just a nice design play there. Sweep had the trips over here on the right side and out front blocking for the running back.
Kleckner picking up 7 yards, was knocked out of bounds, so clock stops. We'll have one more play at least before we get to the end of the quarter. Bryce Miller will be out wide left side. Brody Rognes to the right side. I formation in tight behind Lushik. As he takes the snap, he'll hand off Owens. Owens wrapped up high around the shoulders and brought down.
Sully Kelson and Ian
And we got some signaling for the first down, but the officials do signal first down, so momentarily stop the clock as they reset the chains. There with Owens picking up the 2-yard carry, but that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. Once they get the chain set, get the clock back up and starting. 0-0 the score on your Bank North scoreboard. Hillsboro, Central Valley, and Lisbon battling out Region 1 play on yourliveevent.com. They're actually going to go to a measurement. So we'll keep it here while they measure so that we can give you the update. Update brought to you by Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union Insurance, downtown Hillsboro. Pull the chain tight. It is a first down. Have to measure it out and give credit to the chain gang that time. Get in on the action. Your game update there, that first down from Farmers Union Insurance, Ryan Opdahl Agency, downtown Hillsboro. So with that, the first down, they'll reset the sticks. And then they'll let the clock run, and that will be the end of the first quarter of play. Your Bank North scoreboard reads 0-0, Lisbon and Hillsboro Central Valley on yourliveevent.com.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Rivers Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Back here for quarter number 2, 0-0 on your Bank North scoreboard between Lisbon and Hillsboro Central Valley. Burrows looking to drive, just picked up a first down. Around the region, Region 2, Grafton leads Thompson 12-0. It is Ellendale Elgin-Colm in Region 1 leading over Northern Cass 14-6. Sargent County leads Mayport CG 12-0. Valley City leading Oaks 6-0 in the first half as well. Your out-of-town scoreboard from Golden Harvest, Tim Kazette, Seat Sales. Burrows run the play out to the left side, keep it on the ground with Carson Kazette as he will get his way. Not a whole lot of room on the edge. Did find maybe half a yard on that first carry of the second quarter.
The Broncos are outside linebackers. Defensive end did a good job of fighting off the blocks out here. Receivers for Hillsboro Central Valley were active out here, but the Broncos able to get the stop.
So second, and they're going to say 2nd and 10. No gain officially on that play for Kazette as Mitzel brings the play in for Hillsboro Central Valley. Mitzel and Miller will be tripled up on the left side here. Owens will be the inside part of the trio. Chase Halfley out wide right side. Kazette in the backfield with Lushik, pistol set, turn looking, Lushik rolls to the right side, looking, comes back left side, 3-man rush by the Broncos. Burrow's going to take it on a scramble, Lushik to the left side along the sideline, he's out of bounds, and a late flag coming in as he was shoved out of bounds late. So add on to the run, which is 8 yards, going to have the penalty flag coming out.
Yeah, a couple missed tackles by the Broncos, and then that penalty flag there, late hit out of bounds by Madden Schwab.
There, so that will move them deep into Bronco territory. There, pick them up that first down, 8-yard gain plus the penalty. Going to be a 23-yard net on that snap for Hillsboro Central Valley. So 1st and 10 for them against the Bronco defense. Again, coming in off that nice shutout victory last week on the road at Mayport CG. And first quarter of this one, what'd you see in that one that was similar to what they did last week there in that win against the Patriots there, Brent?
Yeah, the Bronco defense was able to hold the Mayport CG Patriots offensively to little to no yards in that first half of play. Just a good back and forth battle between the two teams.
I formation, Lushik under center, toss play right side. Owens following behind because that gets to the outside edge as he works. Flake comes in behind the play. As it stands, he's forced out of bounds after a 12 or 13-yard gain on that far side sideline where they mark it. But the flag there looming back way behind the play around the line of scrimmage for the Borough offense.
Yeah, it looks like tight end Chase Halfley kind of shrugging his hands and his shoulders, so maybe going against the Burrows.
Yeah, block in the back is the call. So penalty on Hillsboro Central Valley, their first. Here, and I'm trying to remember. I don't know if the Burrows had a penalty last week. Well, they got one here in the first half now, and that's going to wipe off what would be a first down, and they'll mark it back here to the 42-yard line here. So it'll be 1st and 20 here for Hillsboro Central Valley. We'll break the huddle. Griffin Mitzel out wide left side. Bryce Miller wide right side. Chase Halfley the tight end right side. Carson Gazette and Sawyer Owens. Play action. Lushik. Pressure in his face. He's throwing deep. Looking with a step. Can't haul it in, but the flag comes in. Looking that time for Miller down the sideline on the goal road.
Incomplete from Miller.
Here, but incomplete. Penalty, though. And based on where and how it was thrown, it looks like it would be on the defense. But, again, not a spot foul in high school.
Yeah, it was Grayson Lyons with the defense back there. Looked like he had just grabbed onto the arm of Bryce Miller and, just flagged for the penalty.
So the Burrows, nice job to take the shot on 3rd and very long. You get a little bit of yardage to help you out. Or not 3rd, it was 1st. Very long. They're flipping the yard marker, and they got me confused, Brent. They got me confused. It's easy to do. Here, so.
Yeah, especially we've had back-to-back penalties, and now we're back with another one, so back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah. So the 15-yard penalty.
2nd down for the Burrows.
It's back most of the yardage here, and will be a 1st and 5. 11:14 to go in this second quarter. Scoreless ball game on your Bank North scoreboard. Hillsboro Central Valley from the right hash mark. Well, we're having a little conversation there with our officials, making sure everything gets set. Here, remind you in this one that our broadcast booth from Stock Growers Bank, your small town bank, big time partner. Here with you can bank near, so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Burrows go shotgun, split backs. And Lushik takes a snap, looking back to pass. Deep down the left side, looking for Bryce Miller, and incomplete through his hands.
Miller falls incomplete. Qual in the coverage.
Incomplete there that time as Blake Qual was there on there and just a little too high for him to haul in.
Yeah, it looks like Hillsboro Central Valley taking those shots to the end zone, using that height advantage of Bryce Miller against those defensive backs of the Broncos.
Here in Broncos,
Second
from
down.
what we've seen so far, just going with the straight rush, not bringing that extra pressure, and that's allowed time there. So Burrow's offense maybe saying, hey, we got some time to try and do some things. Here's Lushik back to pass again. Looking left, now right. He'll roll it to the right side, gets away from one tackler along the sideline. He's drugged down into the Burrow bench. And it'll be a loss on the play, loss of 2.
By Ian Anderson.
So Ian Anderson will get credit for that sack.
Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, this time good coverage by the Bronco defensive backs.
Here for Hillsboro Central Valley, now 3rd and 7. So we went from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20 to 1st and 5 to 3rd and 8. 3rd and 7. been back and forth on this one. And 10:57 to go in this second quarter. Pitch play left side, Burrows. Stop, go back inside. Flags come in behind the play as Cazette breaks it here into the open field and brings it up close to the well, past the 15-yard line there, but flag behind the play. And it's going to be a hold on Hillsboro Central Valley. That will wipe off another big run for Hillsboro Central Valley.
Yeah, Cazette with a nice cutback, almost put the brakes on. And then that's where that block in the back occurred there. Just a nice cutback, but then led to that block in the back.
So now we go back to 3rd and 18 for Hillsboro Central Valley, as they've been not quite zigzagging in this part of the field. What would you call it?
I was thinking yo-yo, but I'm not even sure if that's right.
Yo-yo, zigzag, not a boomerang. I don't know. We'll find, I don't know. We could express it easily with a bar graph, but I don't have one of those. So, you know. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right in a spread formation for Hillsboro Central Valley. Lushik in the pistol set. Back to pass. Looking left. Looking. Flag here behind the play. A lot of time here. Throw it deep here. It's incomplete, intended for Mitzel. Here, and incomplete, but the flag behind the play. We'll see if the Broncos choose to accept it.
Yeah, it looked like Jack Matson called for the hold there on Zach Ward.
The hold is indeed on Hillsboro Central Valley, the play. And they're going to talk with Coach Moss, and they are saying mark him back. So Coach Moss playing a little field position here on this one. Going to be 3rd and, 31? Something like that. Ball's just past midfield, and the first down marker is way down there by the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the scoreboard operator just gave up on the to-go.
So 3rd and 3.5 miles. Here blitz comes on the pressure. Lushik rolling back to pass, steps up, and he's clobbered from behind. Ball pops out. Sully Kelson comes through with the strip sack.
Pressure in the backfield for the Broncos.
Big play that time, the sack. Burrows do recover the ball, but Kelson with the big sack on 3rd down.
Yeah, Sully Kelson was just coming around the backside just as Leshik was stepping up into the pocket to let that one go.
So 4th down, now back into Burrow territory from their own 45-yard line. Here's that will be a loss of 6 on the sack. Second sack of the drive for the Bronco defense. Punt formation, Brody Dickoff trying to boom one into the night as this one goes off, angled towards the top side, right side. It will bounce. Ooh, came very close to hitting Lyons, the gunner running back. He actually outran it. It landed just behind him there, but it will bounce out of bounds, and it will be 18-yard line. So 37 a net on that punt, and the Broncos will take over. 9:44 to go in this second quarter. Well, the defensive stand now, and Broncos offense comes out to go to work. From the left hash mark, they'll come in with a tighter formation, wing back right side, wide receiver out left side. Dewey under center, and the pitch play here gets behind the running back, and it's madness in the backfield, picked up, recovered by the Broncos, but a negative play on that first down there as the pitch just off the mark.
Yeah, it looked like Grayson Lyons took his eyes off the ball, started running downfield before he tucked that ball away.
Here, and so it's going to be 2nd and 18 on that fumble that was recovered by the Broncos, so they keep possession, which is good. But they march it back, and now they're way behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Talked about this could be a defensive ball game, and so far through the first 15 minutes it has been scoreless. Motion man, right side to left side. Here is Broncos will inside handoff. Ian Anderson, the fullback, takes it there for about 4 yards on that 2nd down play.
Yeah, it was linebacker Griffin Mitzel with the tackle on Anderson.
his first carry here today. Broncos. See what how do you approach it on third down? You know, that's always the big key. Are you just looking for space for your punter, trying to then go back, play defense, or where do you want to go for it? They're going to go trips receivers to the left side, one to the right. Tui, and the snap goes behind him, and it's a race to the football in the backfield, and Tui's going to recover it, but it's going to be a safety. A safety there on a bad snap, and it will be the first 2 points of the ball game go to Hillsboro Central Valley.
Yeah, just a miscue by the center and put that ball into the end zone. And Tui did the smart thing and just recovered it and fell on it.
Here, so the safety, a loss of 15 on the play. Safety, Hillsboro Central Valley breaks our scoreless game. They lead 2-0 on your Bank North scoreboard. You're watching on yourliveevent.com.
Visit the new Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro. They have everything you need. Explore our large selection of quality hardware and building materials, perfect for every project. Inside, you'll find Valspar paint to brighten your home, top-of-the-line Milwaukee and DeWalt tools for every job, plus all the essentials for a successful harvest. Flashlights, glass cleaner, paper towels, scrapers, grain shovels, and more. Make your next stop Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Free kick for the Lisbon Broncos. Burrows will have the punt. Bounce at the 40-yard line, picked up by Bryce Miller. He'll work over to the right side edge, cross the 50 to the 45 to the 40. He's on his feet. Flake comes in behind the play as he gets down to the 35-yard line before he's brought down on what was a nice return off the free kick off the safety. And we'll see here the penalty looks like it's going to march the Burrows back. Blocking the back is the preliminary call.
Yeah, Miller had a nice stiff arm and a sidestep to break that one downfield. And I kind of thought maybe it'd be a face mask, but it looks like a block in the back.
Or are they saying face mask? Now I see officials kind of talking together. Still getting everything organized out. It is a block in the back on the Burrows. So move it back. Ball going to be officially marked. Still in Lisbon Bronco territory. It's going to be at the 48-yard line.
Burrows take over on the 48-yard line.
48. There we go. Get that. Okay. From the 48, here's a play. It's Lushik keeping around the left side edge himself, as he will pick up 2 up to the 46. Tyson Lushik will move it forward here. 7 carries, 21 yards now for the Burrows senior quarterback.
Yeah, Bronco defense doing a good job stringing that one out and pushing the quarterback out of bounds.
Doing a little stat correction there on my sheet. There we go. 8:05 was the time of that safety. There we go. Burrows will be under center, left hash mark. Tyson Lushik brings it up. Snap and handoff. Second man through. Inside there, no real room to gain. Zach Ward on the bottom of the pile, bringing down Owens after the yard gain.
It looked like Sully Kelson went low. Zach Ward went high on that tackle.
So a third down for Hillsboro Central Valley after they got the safety defensively. A pair of bad snap, well, one bad snap, one bad pitch. There took the yardage off there for the Lisbon Broncos, and was recovered in the end zone by the Broncos, but for the safety. Didn't give up the touchdown, and trying to get a defensive stand here to say that, okay, didn't get hurt too badly. Showing blitz, backing off. Lushik back to pass, looking right side, going deep down here as it is caught. No, ball gets knocked loose at the end. Ball gets knocked loose at the end. Lyons, I don't know if he had the hand in there or what, but as Miller came down, it was knocked loose, incomplete pass.
Yeah, Miller had both hands on it, was pulling it in, and Grayson Lyons didn't give up on that defensively. Reached in there, grabbed the ball, and threw it out.
Here, so brings up 4th down for Hillsboro Central Valley. Coming out, looks like the punt unit, yes, indeed, is coming out. Chase Hafley will snap it. Brody Dickoff will kick. Punt returners here as Kelson. No, Burrows are going to punt. Broncos just aren't going to put anybody deep right now. Now Kelson goes back deep. All right, they scramble, get everyone set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, they did have 11 on there. Dickoff with the kick as it will go over the head of Kelson, take a hop, and it will roll into the end zone for the touchback. There, the 46-yard punt, touchback. Broncos will take over, 6:43 to go here in quarter number 2.
The Broncos will take over the 20-yard line.
So far, the Broncos, their first drive, marched down the field. Defense stopped them there on 4th down. And Brent, as you and I were chatting a little bit, just a little bit different feel to the, I don't know if you want to say style, but maybe quality of play there. The first quarter here to the second one there is some of the intensity early on maybe has drained off a little bit.
Yeah, it was just a good competitive first quarter football.
Broncos trying to get back to that now as they trail 2-0. Under center, man in motion, left side, right side. They're going to play action rolling out to the right side. Tui looking to throw in the flat. Here it's caught and a good completion on 1st down. Finding his receiver, Cruz Rinke, for the first down.
Yeah, Tui looking for Rinke all the way on that one. Caught him on the little out route for a 9-yard gain.
Thought he slipped up ahead of that yardage marker there. They say he didn't. But just a nice rhythm throw, rhythm play call there. You roll out and you got your couple level targets, your short, your medium, your deep, and just make a nice throw there to get in motion, set up a 2nd and short here for Lisbon. Broncos, one receiver right side. Wing back left side, goes in flat motion across. That is Rinke. Dewey under center, turns hands off, gives it to Anderson, has the first down, and then a pile. He makes it up to the 33-yard line, gain of 4. First down for Lisbon.
First down.
Yeah, good hard run there by sophomore Ian Anderson picking up that first down.
Hillsboro Central Valley leading on your Bank North scoreboard 2-0, 6:25 to go. First half, scoring on a safety on a snap that got by the quarterback for the Broncos. It was recovered in the end zone. Here's now first and 10. Here's the rollout again. Tui looking to pass. And he was going to tuck in. He's real wrapped up and almost looked like kind of had the dog on the leash trying to run forward. And he said, hold up there, buddy, as Gayton wrapped him up around the waist. And it's going to be no gain there and slow to get up, but then bouncing up there as looks to be okay.
Yeah, Tui just went down a little awkward on that tackle, and looks like he's doing okay, and I'll back up on his feet, moving around.
See here if he is coming off for a play. So they're checking on him, so they're going to run out at quarterback now. Looks like maybe Kelson going to slide back there.
They got in Ranke.
Keller?
Looks like Ranke, Keller, and Quall. They sent in there.
They're going to put Rinke under center. Here's they come in, wing back to the right side. They turn and just a scrum there. The ball pops out. It was handed off. And then the ball pops out. Burrows say it's their ball. And the officials agree. The officials agree. So the fumble here, the turnover, gives the ball to Hillsboro Central Valley. 5:24 to go here in this first half. And the Burros, after again the safety, now taking advantage of some field position as they'll have it from the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Burrows did a good job wrapping up, and they were able to stop the runner and then went after the ball and popped it out.
I did not see definitively, but it looked to me like it was Brody Dickoff that came up with that one. In on that pile. We'll see here. Regardless, Hillsboro Central Valley football. Lushik runs the quarterback power to the right side, looking for a block. He'll tuck inside the Owens block. So they're looking for the edge. Defense said no, as Sully Kelson called his name a lot early on here as he held that edge, did not give it up, and kept contained to a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Sawyer Owens was out there, had set up a nice block, but the defender able to fight him off and get in on the tackle.
Here's Oaks now leading Valley City 7-6 in the second quarter. It is Langdon area, Edmore Munich leading Park River area 29-16. Burrows run the ball left side. Carson Gazette hit low, spinning off of it, tumbling forward. There's Eli Lyons came with the hit, but Zane Lyons cleaned him up. Gazette stumbles his way forward here for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Eli Lyons, normally our sure tacklers, just having a little bit of problem with that ankle, so just a little bit off on his tackling game right now.
Sargent County leading Mayport CG. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, 26-0. Ellendale Edgeley Calm leading 14-6 over Northern Cass there in the second. And Grafton leading Thompson 12-0. That one just underway in the fourth quarter. Lushik back to pass, pressure from the backside. He's going to dump it off in the right side flat. Here it's caught and can't make the guy miss as Chase Halfley will make the catch, and that will be the first down, gain of
That'll be a Burrow first down.
15 on that one.
Yeah, I think all eyes were on Bryce Miller that time, and they just kind of leaked Chase Halfley out there into that flat on the right side for a nice pickup.
Here, so Halfley now on the season, eclipsing the 200-yard receiving mark. He'll be tight end there on the right side. Rognus, the receiver, left side. Lushik will keep it himself on the right side edge on the option keep, and he'll keep it for 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 for Hillsboro Central Valley.
Here's a second down for the
Here
Burrows.
is just looking out there.
It looks like they spotted the ball on about the 14-yard line.
Yeah. So approaching 3 minutes to go in this first half. Second down, Hillsboro Central Valley. Rognus right side, Miller left side. Lushik under center with an I formation behind him. Turn hand off to Owen. Slips through the gap here in the inside and brings it up. A little jump cut there. And he will pick up the first down for Hillsboro Central Valley. Be first and goal.
Yeah, Sawyer Owens with a big hole there for him, but he hit that hole hard and was able to pick up a nice gain. And now in the red zone at about the 3-yard line.
Brock Lyons rotates back in for the Broncos. Defensive front 7 there. Just trying to keep some guys fresh. Here it is finally a little bit of a cooler night on the season too, so see how that affects some guys here as we go deeper into this game. Hasn't felt like fall weather until about right now, I'll tell you that, as far as on a Friday night. Here's the give inside. Cassette muscles his way in from the 2-yard line. Good. In for 2. And Cassette with the rushing touchdown, number 3 on the season.
Yeah, it was just a big push by the offensive line. Looked like they could start smelling that goal line at about the 15-yard line, and there's no denying the Burrows on that drive.
So a 2-yard touchdown run, and Hillsboro Central Valley extending their lead out now, and early on, a big conversion attempt here. Because of that safety, it still stays as a one-score game, touchdown, 2-point conversion. See how the Burrows manage here to try and extend it. Twin receivers left side in the shotgun, split backs. Lushik looking left side in the flat, throws here, caught Bryce Miller, 2-point conversion, good.
Complete to Miller for a 2-point conversion.
Carson Cassette, the 2-yard touchdown run. Bryce Miller, the 2-point conversion catch. Hillsboro Central Valley now leading on your Bank North scoreboard over Lisbon 10-0.
If you have concern or questions about the mental health of yourself or a loved one, Trail District Health Unit's Credible Mind platform offers convenient and confidential resources to help inform you about mental well-being. Credible Mind offers 21 different assessments to guide you in your mental health journey, from sleep quality and burnout to anxiety and depression. To get started today and learn about your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, visit traildistricthealthunit.crediblemmind.com.
2:17 to go in our first half. Bank North scoreboard, banknorth.bank, the website. Here you can connect with them or stop at any of their locations. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Hillsboro Central Valley kicking off. Bryce Miller will kick, and it's a soft little pooch kick. Picked up on the run by the up back as through and hit at the 44-yard line. Zane Lyons was running until the defense said no more running. Right down at the 44.
Zane Lyons in track and field, a pole vaulter. Going to use that right there.
Here in 2 minutes, you'll see the Lisbon playing footballers out there in the field at halftime.
Interesting to see. So could they use like the yard marker there maybe for that? You know, just borrow it out.
That'd be an interesting take on football.
I mean, crazy things happen on Friday Night Lights. Broncos air under center. Man in motion, Rinke right side to left side. He has that wing back. They will give it to him on the end around the counter play as he gets to the edge, but not much there. Brought down Carson Cassette, Chase Halfley, and off the 1-yard gain.
Second down for the Broncos.
Yeah, good gang tackling there by Hillsboro Central Valley, limiting Cruz Ranke on that little end around.
Should mention, too, Friday Night Lights, we're going to have Friday Night Light Junior here at halftime. The elementary kids, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th graders, going to be out here playing at halftime. That'll be fun to see. Right now, the Lisbon Broncos trailing 10-0. Minute 30 to go in this first half. Still timeouts available. So what they do is they send man in motion left side. And it's going to be the inside handoff. Escaping out to the right side here as Lyons works his way up across the 50 to the 40. And a gain of 14. Move the chains. First down.
Kind of a little crossbuck play by the Broncos. Grayson Lyons found himself in open field and pushed the ball there to the 40-yard line.
Stops the clock, and then the timeout stops the clock as well. Minute 15 to go, first half. Hillsboro Central Valley leading 10-0. Broncos driving on yourliveevent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
1:15 to go, first half. Hillsboro Central Valley leading on your Bank North scoreboard, 10-0. Your trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. See what values-based banking can do for you. Visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Don't forget, too, at halftime, we'll have our Olson Accounting halftime show. Talk with our coaches there. Brent will grab Coach right away, and we'll get the comments here in the first half that has Hillsboro Central Valley leading 10-0. A safety on a snap that got by the quarterback by the Broncos, recovered in the end zone for the safety, and Hillsboro Central Valley comes back after a punt and goes down and scores on a Carson Cassette 2-yard touchdown run. And well, after the ensuing kickoff and a first down run by Grayson Lyons, that's where we're at right now. Minute 15 to go in the half. 1st and 10 from the Borough 40-yard line. Broncos In the 3 receivers left side, shotgun set, 1 receiver right side. Tui's going to keep it on a quarterback power, wrapped up right away. That time Colin Jenin gives him a hug as he meets him at the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 1, turned that back by Sebastian Gayton.
Yeah, kind of a design drop player there by the Broncos, and nothing going up the middle.
Clock running. Here is, you probably hear all the elementary kids. They want the Broncos to score, but they all say, hurry up, we want to get on the field. They're all huddled below me right now. Trips receivers to the right side. 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Set up a screen here in the middle, and it is caught. Bursting out here and tackled inbounds that time. Tackled inbounds, Jack Matson hauls down Carter Keller. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, Carter Keller, nothing going in the middle, so he tried to cut it outside and get out of bounds. Not able to do it. The clock continues to run.
Gain of 2, clock running. We'll see. It looks like the Broncos are going to let it wind down. Take a timeout, go for the last play, maybe last 2 plays here. So they take a timeout. We take a timeout as well from your Nodak Insurance Company, Traill County agents with answers. Brad Richter and Nick Preston in Hillsboro and Mayville. We're back after this.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Hillsboro Central Valley leading 10-0 over Lisbon. The Broncos with the ball, just taking their 2nd time out of this first half. 9 seconds left in the first half. Our out-of-town scoreboard from Golden Harvest, Tim Cassette, Seat Sales out-of-town scoreboard. Approaching halftime in Valley City. Valley City leads Oaks 12-7. Ellendale Edgeley-Combe still leading 14-6 over Northern Cass near halftime. And Sargent County leading Mayport CG 26-0. Last update there. Broncos on 3rd down, throw it to deep here, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Burrows going for the pick. It's incomplete on the deep ball. Owens couldn't haul it in. Incomplete pass, and brings up 4th down. Still 2.8 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Carter Keller tried to come back to that one for the Broncos and just a little bit underthrown.
Well, timeout taken by the Broncos before the final play, likely the final play of the first half. We take the timeout as well. Back here for the final play when we return on yourliveevent.com.
For nearly 40 years, West Main Pizza has been serving up hot, delicious pizzas and other favorites, like sub sandwiches, calzones, chicken wings, pasta dishes, paninis, and more. With 2 locations on East Main in Ada and the Rail District in Dilworth, we offer dine-in, takeout, and online ordering at westmainpizza.net. Discover more than just pizza at West Main Pizza in Ada and the Rail District in Dilworth, your neighborhood favorite since 1986.
Brady must have been
Here we go as 2.8 seconds left on the clock. Brent and I just discussing, gotta say, it's gotta be the hook and ladder, right? The classic play here, end of the half. 2.8 left on the clock. Burrows going to that prevent defense. Shell with 5 dropping deep. Back to pass. Tui looking. He's going to throw down the field. It is hauled in the middle as Rinke can't get anywhere to go with it, though. It will end up being a 25-yard gain, but that will be the final play of the first half. As we go into halftime, Hillsboro Central Valley leading 10-0 over Lisbon on your Bank North scoreboard. As we're going to go down to the field momentarily.
Lisbon flag football.
Here with our halftime coaches' comments here on the field with head coach Mark Moss.
Hey, Coach Moss here. Heading into halftime, what did you see out of your Broncos in that first half, and what are you going to talk about at halftime?
Well, I saw a lot of fight from our team. We just had those two big mistakes. We had the fumble into the end zone, which with the safety, and then the fumble. Evan had to come out for a play. We were shuffling some people in there, and had a bobbled snap or an exchange there, and gave them a short field, and they capitalized on it. So that's two big plays, and otherwise this game could be a 0-0.
Yeah, we talked about maybe it being a defensive battle. We saw great defense there in that first quarter, and then things kind of loosened up, and saw some penalties and a couple balls put on the ground by Hillsboro Central Valley. So what do you see as far as defense going into that second half, and what are you guys going to make adjustments there to stop that, not only the pass, but just the pass protection that Hillsboro Central Valley seems to be getting?
Well, they're blocking hard up there. So one of the things we got to address, and we've been trying to address it, is we got to get out blocks. I mean, they're getting into our guys, and they're blocking us. We can't rely on the refs to be calling holding penalties. We just got to get off blocks and then keep rallying to the football.
All right, Jake. This is head coach Mark Moss of Lisbon Broncos. Back to you.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Coach Moss, as well. Our halftime score, it is Hillsboro Central Valley leading Lisbon 10-0. Your Bank North scoreboard, your halftime coaches' comments brought to you by Dakota Heritage Bank. Second half comes up when we return on yourliveevent.com.
Right Implement in Hillsboro, 701-636-5692. For shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment, in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Right Implement in Hillsboro, 701-636-5692. Check out Right Implement for farm equipment, repair and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsboro. Right Implement, 701-636-5692.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
Halftime report from Olson Accounting. Here it is, Hillsboro Central Valley leading Lisbon 10-0. Olson Accounting, if you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to olsoncpa.com, the website. Here, as you see, the youth football at halftime. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth graders out here playing some flag football for Lisbon. Here as their Broncos trail 10-0. How we got there in this first half, after both teams' first drive, they moved the ball, but then were stopped by the opposing defense. Turnover on down on both. After that, honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of consistent offense after that. Both teams dealing with some penalties or some negative plays that moved them back. In the case of the Broncos, the negative plays directly resulted for points for Hillsboro Central Valley as they got on the scoreboard when a bad snap went by the quarterback. Evan Tui would recover it in the end zone, but in the end zone, it's a safety, and Hillsboro Central Valley would lead 2-0 with 8:05 to go in the second quarter. After the Broncos forced a Burrow punt, and then the Burrows got the ball back here off a Bronco fumble. recovered up by Hillsboro Central Valley. 5:24 to go, 3-minute, 7-second drive. They go down the field. Carson Cassette punches it in from 2 yards out. Tyson Lushik finds Bryce Miller for the 2-point conversion pass. Good. Hillsboro Central Valley leads 10-2 at that point, and that would be our halftime mark as well. Here as the final heave by the Broncos was completed, but stopped short of the end zone, and 10-0 is where we sit at halftime. Your halftime report from Olson Accounting. It is Hillsboro Central Valley leading Lisbon on yourliveevent.com.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get to see Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy. Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro is completing post-frame buildings 80 by 80, 80 by 160, even 80 by 200. Need an addition or shop reskin? Cywick Lumber and Hardware has all materials. They'll complete to your customized building requests. Bifold doors, hydro doors for farm buildings, and metal sailed steel for durable construction. Whether it's new, an addition, or a repair, every building project can be done with Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro. All materials, all in one place. Visit or call Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Olson Accounting Service halftime report. Hillsboro Central Valley leads Lisbon 10-0. Look at our first half stats in this one for the Lisbon Broncos. Grayson Lyon, 6 carries, 32 yards. Evan Tui, 5 carries, total of 6 yards. Cruz Rinke, 2 carries, 21 yards. And it's 2 carries, 8 yards for Ian Anderson. Team 2 carries for a total of negative 22 yards on a fumbled pitch and a fumbled snap, the snap resulting in a safety for the Burros. 41 yards on 17 total carries for Lisbon. Through the air, it was 3 of 6 passing for Evan Tui for 36 yards. 2 catches for 34 yards for Cruz Rinke, 1 catch, 2 yards for Carter Keller in the first half. Broncos had 1 turnover, 2 penalties in our first half. For the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, Sawyer Owens, 6 carries, 27 yards. Carter Cassette, 4 carries for 8 yards and a touchdown. Tyson Lushik with 9 carries, 26 yards. Hunter Klecker, 2 carries for 8 yards. 2 sacks resulting in negative 8 yards rushing-wise for Hillsboro Central Valley. 23 carries, 61 yards on the ground. Tyson Lushik through the air, 2 of 7 passing. 13-yard completion to Chase Halfley, 9-yard completion to Bryce Miller. That's 22 yards in the air, 61 on the ground, 83 yards total offense in the first half for Hillsboro Central Valley. No turnovers, 2 penalties in the first half of play as well. And on your scoreboard, it is Hillsboro Central Valley leading Lisbon 10-0. As we come back, we'll grab Coach and get you ready for second half on yourliveevent.com.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
After one half of play, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead the Lisbon Broncos 10-0 on your Bank North scoreboard. Thanks for joining us here. Our halftime report from Olson Accounting Service. Here as we thank you for joining us in our broadcast coverage. Remember to hit that subscribe button. You can stay up to date on all the broadcasts coming your way with yourliveevent.com. Don't forget the website with the broadcast schedule, broadcast archive there too, and you can start getting ready too with postseason play around the corner. We'll have coverage here of multiple regions for volleyball and trying to have football coverage as well, depending on where the matchups play out and what we're able to do. But all that will be coming out. Right now, let's go back down to the field. Brett Dick with the head coach, Joe Johnson, for Hillsboro Central Valley.
All right, everybody, I'm here with head coach Joe Johnson, Hillsboro Central Valley. Coach, you guys have the 10-0 lead going into halftime. Give us your thoughts on that first half and what adjustments you talked about at halftime.
Yeah, so, of course, we saw some things that were good and some things that were bad. We need to clean up those penalties a little bit, a couple of holding calls that really hurt us. A few different times that we were moving the ball that the drive kind of got busted by penalties. So we need to clean that up a little bit. Penalties battle and the turnovers battle. Those are two that we need to be winning. Intensity, it's all about intensity. Every single play, no matter who's on that field, bringing the intensity and bringing the energy.
Yeah, and just talking about your line play there, one thing that stood out to me was how much pass protection, or just the pass protection that they provided to your quarterback. Can you go over those linemen and just discuss what you talked about with your offense and then if you're going to make any adjustments there?
Yeah, so, good work up front. Again, we feel confident about our guys up front, all seniors on that offensive line. And, getting Tyson some time. We need to complete a few of those passes that we didn't, and confident that'll go our way in the second half.
All right, back to you, Jake.
Thank you, Brent, and Coach as well. Halftime in Lisbon. The Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead the Lisbon Broncos 10-0. Your halftime score on yourliveevent.com.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Wrapping up our halftime report, getting set for our second half. Lisbon Broncos will have the ball to start, or will be out to return here as Carter Keller and Cruz Rinke going back to receive. Looks like Evan Chapetsky going to be kicking off for Hillsboro Central Valley. As he kicks it here, it's picked up by the upback at the 24-yard line. Broncos will be tackled at the 35-yard line, where Zane Lyons gets the ball up to, and that is where the Broncos will start with their first possession of the second half, field possession. Offense for the Lisbon Broncos: Jesse Jones, Brock Lyons, Zach Ward, Eli Lyons, Rylan Moss on your offensive line. Cruz Rinke, Grayson Lyons are your running backs. Ian Anderson is your fullback. Evan Toohey, quarterback, with wide receiver Zane Lyons, and your tight end Sully Kelson for Lisbon. From the left hash mark, they will send two receivers out left side. Zane Lyons will be the wide receiver. Now they're going to motion Rinke over, and it's going to be trips receivers on that side. Comes back, and it'll be a handoff here. Grayson Lyons dips under one tackle attempt, but then Chase Halfley comes in, hits him low, and he's brought down for a loss of 2 on that first play of half number 2.
Yeah, one thing going back to something you said earlier just about the weather changing and the coldness in the air. A little bit of condensation now, moisture on the grass, and just saw Grayson Lyons trying to cut and slip.
Got to bring out those, three-quarter cleats or spikes, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can afford those.
I'm a lineman. I was well weighed down. I didn't have to worry about spikes. Here's a man in motion, left side to right side now. Rinke as that wing back. I formation. Toohey on play action, rolling out to the right, being pressured here by Cassette. He's going to throw it, and incomplete. Further down the field, the Rinke was there in the vicinity for a receiver in the area, and it will just be the incomplete pass.
Yeah, Cassette was all over Toohey and just had to throw that one away.
Bring up 3rd down and 11 now. Borough defense, Jack Matson, Colin Jenner, Brody Dickoff, Bryce Miller on the defensive line. Carson Cassette, Griffin Mitzel, Chase Halfley. Also see Sebastian Gayton rotate in there as well, too. Sawyer Owens, Brody Rognes, Tyson Lushik, Jacob Miller, your defensive backs for the defense. On 3rd and 11. In the shotgun set, Broncos run out to the left side, looking to throw it off. It's complete, and then running backwards. Where are they going to mark them at?
We'll bring up 4th down.
They're going to mark it here. It's just a 3-yard gain that time here for the Broncos, and Sully Kelson making the catch.
Yeah, Sully Kelson ran a little quick hitch over here. It looked like he crossed the 40-yard line, but they marked him back quite a ways.
Yeah, it was like a little curl comeback route there, so his momentum, and not the defense forcing his momentum, but coming back to him, and by the time he could stop and get upfield, he was already back there. So short gain. 4th down, punt formation now for the Broncos. Here's the right-footed kick, angled off, end-over-end kick will bounce and take a little horizontal stroll over towards that Burrows sideline, and it will be at the 30-yard line. A 42-yard punt there for the Broncos, and it will be Hillsboro Central Valley taking over. 10:54 to go in quarter number 3. Burrows lead 10-0.
Yeah, not much of a chance to return back there for Sawyer Owens. Just kind of took a neutral bounce and in good field position to start this one on the 30-yard line.
Hillsboro Central Valley offense, Jack Matson, Brody Dickoff your tackles, Jamison Lee, Colin Jenin your guards, John Matson at center. Quarterback Tyson Lushik here as he pitches to the deep back in this one. As Sawyer Owens didn't think he was down, he tried to get up and scramble, but Kelson brings him down, and it will be a loss of 1 on that first play.
Yeah, Sully Kelson, Eli Lyons there in on the tackle.
Short loss of
Chase Halfley has the tight end, Bryce Miller, Brody Rognes, along with Griffin Mitzel, rotate in at that wide receiver spot. Here for Hillsboro Central Valley, receiver right side is Brody Rognes. Receiver left side of the formation, top of your screen. Over there was, actually that was Rognes up there. Jacob Miller, number 8. Jacob Miller, number 8. Bryce Miller, number 88.
By Eli Lyons.
there.
Yeah, Eli Lyons around the ankles of Sawyer Owens along with Evan Toohey.
Picking up a gain there, makes it now 3rd and a long 5, almost 3rd and 6 here for Hillsboro Central Valley. As they rotate in, and also after that first quarter, just the pace here seemed to slow down a little bit too. And can talk about the cold. Carter Keller just run right in front of you, Brent, trying to run on the sideline, stay warm, stay loose here in this one. Play action, Lushik rolling out to his left side, passes up and tipped, and it is incomplete. Defense couldn't track it off the tip, but the big paw up there, and looked like it was Zach Ward with the big paw, and it was incomplete pass, 4th down.
For the Burros.
Yeah, Lushik looked like he was coming over here to the right side, went back to the left, and that's when Zach Ward stuck his big paw up there. Potential big play opportunity for the Broncos. That ball was high up, batted high up in the air, just couldn't get underneath it.
Brody Dickoff on in punt formation. Here is Sully Kelson back standing at, backpedaling here to the 39-yard line awaiting this punt. Snap back, Dickoff with the kick, high kick, and it will bounce at the 41 down to the 39. It will be touched down.
At the 39-yard
There's
line,
a
the Broncos will take over.
27-yard punt on that one. And punts to open up the second half for both offenses. 9:21 to go, 3rd quarter. Still a 10-0 ball game. Hillsboro Central Valley on top first half. 2 points on a safety with a snap that got by the quarterback there, recovered in the end zone. And then a Carson Cassette 2-yard touchdown run, the scoring plays in our first half for Hillsboro Central Valley. Broncos taking over from their own 39-yard line. Man in motion, Rinke, right side, the left side, the wing back sets up, and they will turn handoff left side as nice hole for Grayson Lyons that time. He'll pick up 7, and he's finally held up there by a trio of Borough defenders.
Yeah, just good head down running up the middle there by Grayson Lyons, running hard, picking up the yards.
For the Broncos.
Broncos here early on the first quarter, we're just getting consistent positive momentum, and then had a 4th down stop there to turn the ball over. But then that second quarter, then when they got going on their second drive, that's when the negative plays hit them with a couple bad snaps. They've cleaned them up since then. Announcer knock on wood. Here as they turn handoff. Here's another nice play as Grayson Lyons runs for the first down and more down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Going to pick up a gain of 9 in that first down.
Yeah, Grayson Lyons started left, went back to the right side toward the middle of the field, across the 45 to the 44-yard line of the Burros.
Here as Lyons now with 46 yards on 9 carries here, and we'll see if he gets a steady dose here in this second half. Rinke in motion, left side to right side as the wing back, turn, handoff. They do give it to Lyons. He's running right behind that lead blocker, picks up 3, spun back, ball flies out at the end, but he was already down, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, it looked like Chase Hafley among others there on that stop.
Here for the Lisbon Broncos. Just the 2 penalties in the first half, but both 15-yard penalties. One was a pass interference. The other one was a late hit penalties. Both extending drives there and helping the Burros get on the scoreboard in that one. Here's they're looking to have a nice clean drive and just march down the field. They give it again to Lyons. This time, though, into a wall up front. Here is Chase Hafley in on him again, making another stop, and
at the line of scrimmage brings up
3rd
down.
Some physical play going up there, especially on that interior of the offense and defensive lines.
Yeah, Chase Hafley just coming up, filling that hole along there with Matson.
Will be 3rd down now and 7 as we approach 7 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Lisbon under center, Tui turns, play action, looking left, sets his feet, throws left side, inside, it's picked off by Lushik. Flag comes behind the play, multiple flags behind the play as Lushik just runs out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And the pick, I think, is coming back as the officials talking there with the Broncos right away. And I think we're going to have a defensive pass interference away from the interception.
Yeah, there's just a lot of contact there with Sawyer Owens, Carson Kazed. And Lushik was just playing center field. He read that one all the way. That would have been a nice play there for Lushik.
It will be the penalty on Hillsboro Central Valley. Gives the first down to the Lisbon Broncos. And that will, well, we just talked about the penalties by the Broncos in the first half, helping the Burros extend their drive and scoring. This one here, Broncos hoping that they can have some of that work for them now. Third penalty on Hillsboro Central Valley here for 35 yards. Grayson Lyons turns, carries right side, tripped up as he crosses the line of scrimmage there by Brody Dickoff. He'll get 6 yards.
Yeah, Grayson Lyons just started looking downfield, and that one he was pile drive by Brody Dickoff. Nice tackle, low on the shoulder, and taking Grayson Lyons down.
So, second down for the Broncos. Here from the left hash mark. Receiver left side, wing back right side. That tight formation. Broncos came out with a lot of trips early on in that first drive. They've gone away from it here as this game has gone on. Trying to that power game. They'll give inside Anderson. He'll carry as he'll work his way down here to the 20-yard line.
Just a nice quick handoff there to Ian Anderson. Get some positive yards. Ball down across the 20.
So third down and 3, call it 4, 3.5 for the Broncos. Sebastian Gayton comes in as a defensive end for Hillsboro Central Valley. I formation, turn, handoff. Not a cleanest of handoffs there, as maybe you got a little low on the handoff to Lyons, but he holds on to it, and he'll pick up half the distance. Going to be now 4th and 2.
Yeah, it looked like it hit Lyons, hit him in the his lower arm, kind of below the belt there. He was able to hang on to the ball. Stumbles just short of the first down.
Big 4th down right now for Lisbon. Broncos on the left hash mark. They've been running up the gut here on this drive. They have Grayson Lyons in the backfield. Ian Anderson as the fullback. Cruz Rinke's the wing back on the left side. Wide receiver out right side. Under center. Until he turns, hands off. Hit in the backfield for the stop. The Burros make the play. Coming up, John Matson from the middle linebacker spot to stop him cold.
Turnover on downs. Burros will take over.
Yeah, John Matson just fired off the line, swallowed up the running back of the Broncos, and turnover on downs.
A 4th down stop. There, we'll turn it over with 4:33 to go in this third quarter. And Hillsboro Central Valley will take over. Ball on their 19-yard line. Moving the ball well, and then that penalty helping as well, but Matson making the play. Now Matson snaps to Lushik. Toss out to Kazette. Over to the right side. Looking for room. He'll try and spin back on the interior. Nothing there. Zay Lyons. Sully Olsen able to help make the stop. No gain.
Yeah, good pursuit by the Broncos, and looked like one thing Coach Mark Moss talked about was just shedding those blocks or getting off the blocks. Broncos did a good job that time, stringing that out for, looks like a loss maybe, or no gain.
No gain, maybe half-yard loss on that one as you put the yard marker in front or behind the trailing stick there. Receivers out wide, right and left for Hillsboro Central Valley. Lushik under center, play action. Rolls to his right, a lot of time. He looks back over the middle on the crossing road, nearly intercepted that time. Blake Quall had a hand on it, and if he didn't have a hand on it, Zane Lyons might have picked that and gone to the house there as he was tracking it and it was deflected away from him. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, dangerous pass across the middle. Looked like Griffin Mitzel had broken open down here on the near sideline.
Burrows with a lot of time to pass, trying some of those longer developing crossing routes and everything, but that one just off the mark. So far the passing hasn't been precise. 2 of 9 passing in this one right now. For Hillsboro Central Valley, they'll come out 3rd and 10. Kelson showing blitz. Timing it here as he rushes after Lushik. Lushik escapes from him. He'll scramble up here to the right side to the 30, to the 35. Runs out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And it's going to be a gain on the play. First down and more. 20 yards for Tyson Lushik.
Yeah, defensive backs for the Broncos doing their job. Good coverage. Lushik with a lot of time back there. Pocket collapse. You just stepped up, ran it downfield for the first down.
Here, Tyson Lushik with the long gain so far. That's the long play of the Borough offense in this game. 1st and 10. Brody Rogness will be out wide left side. Jacob Miller out wide left side. Try to see here is... I'll check on something later here. Here's a give here to the back. And it's going to be Sawyer Owens scampering his way up here to the 45-yard line. Gain of 7 on that first down play, 2nd and 3.
Picked up by Ian Anderson.
Yeah, first contact made by Ian Anderson, but Sawyer Owens able to get through that, get a couple more yards on the second effort.
Burrows rushing the ball. Right now, Owens with 39, Lushik with 46, leading rushers in the game. On the inside, carry this time here. The give for Cazzette. He'll run for the first down. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. 9-yard gain, first down for Carson Cazzette.
Yeah, Zane Lyons with the tackle up and around the shoulders.
They're trying to get physical themselves. We talked about the Broncos, their last offensive drive, moving it up the gut. So far, the Burrows on that play, matching suit. Mitzel and Rogness go wide left side, Halfley tight end right side. I formation with Hillsboro Central Valley. Owens the deep back. Here as they give it to him. Kleckner came in as the fullback.
Owens on the carry for the
And it is a 3-yard carry on that first down run for Sawyer Owens.
It was a good play there. Looked like Eli Lyons, Ian Anderson in there on the stop.
Madden Schwab comes in for Lisbon on that rotation in the front 7. Here, Hillsboro Central Valley, looks like Kleckner comes out. Cazzette comes back in at that fullback spot. 2nd down and 7, turn, hand off. They give it to Cazzette. He'll run it forward, and he picks up the first down up ahead to the 32-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, move the chains, first down.
Just a nice quick handoff. Just notice that up back of Hillsboro Central Valley. They line up there no more than 2 steps behind the quarterback.
Very tight in that I formation set. You're trying to get up there, be that quick hitter. Get up on the defense right away before they can react. Chase Halfley goes out wide left as the lone receiver. Trips receivers right side. Here with Mitzel, Rogness, Owens. Cazzette in the pistol with Lushik, the quarterback. Here with 1:20 to go, third quarter. Back to pass. Pressure comes. Lushik just heaves it over to Halfley. He can't track it down. That was I'm just going to throw it away because I got 2 guys bearing down on me. Get rid of the ball pass.
Yeah, that was Sully Kelson barreling down on the right side, forcing that hurry up on the pass.
He's really came with a lot of pressure, blitzing and everything here tonight. Here been kind of a menace for that offensive game plan.
Yeah, it seems like the Broncos making that adjustment at halftime. I see a lot more pressure, a lot more blitzing here from the linebackers.
Kleckner comes back in. Cazzette gets a breather at that fullback spot. 2 receivers right on the short side of the field. Lushik under center, turns, hands off, gives it to Kleckner. And on 2nd and 10, he gets his way up here to the 26-yard line. Gain of 6.
Brings a 3rd down.
3rd down and 4 now. Kleckner been getting more and more chances to carry the ball here the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's just got a nice low center of gravity and carried a couple of those defenders with him on that.
looking over to my right. I'm like, what's flashed in my line? Got a couple kids playing flashlight tag out there. Griffin Mitchell out wide to the left side. Rogness wide right side. Here under center, turn handoff. Kleckner, he follows through, and he will get the first down, gain of 5. Move the chains. Burrows with another first down, their 4th on this drive.
Yeah, just a hard runner there. Broncos having a tough time picking him up. Every time he makes that first contact, he's dragging a couple Broncos with him.
Down to 20 seconds left in the quarter. Burrows don't have to run a play, and it looks like they might be content to run out the clock. So a scoreless third quarter on your Bank North scoreboard. Our halftime score remains the same as we head to the 4th. Hillsboro Central Valley leading 10-0 over Lisbon. On yourliveevent.com, it's time for the 4th quarter.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
So we start the 4th quarter here, broadcasting from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth.
22-yard line.
Hillsboro Central Valley leading 10-0 over Lisbon. Burrows coming out under center. They'll keep it themselves as it's just a quarterback keep for Tyson Lushik.
Zane Lyons on tackle.
Zane Lyons makes the stop
Kazette.
after a 7-yard gain. Actually, that was Kazette with the carry. Kazette with the quick hitter.
Yeah, Zane Lyons with the tackle. Once again, going up high. Not sure if it's just because of the temperatures dropping here. The Broncos not really able to wrap up and get the initial contact stops.
Here, so hoping to wrap up, get the stop here as the Burros in the red zone. 2nd and 2. Turn handoff, second man through. Owens falling behind the left side there behind John Matson, the center, getting out to that
Owens
second level.
He'll
He'll pick up the first down, and it will be 1st and goal now
for the Burros.
For Hillsboro Central Valley.
Yeah, center John Matson, the running back just tucked in behind him, put the hand on the shoulder. Matson pushed about 4 Broncos back.
Owens, last 2 games, combined for 290 yards through 4 touchdowns on the ground. Came in averaging 5.3 yards per carry, and so far in this one he's just over 4.4 yards per carry. Had the big 46-yarder last week, his long of the season. Here the turn give, inside fullback give, and it will be short. They're stopped short.
Kazette the carry for the Burros.
Kazette can't get in, trying to worm his way in here for the second time here tonight. Had that 2-yard run early in the first half. He comes out as Kleckner checks in now for Hillsboro Central Valley.
Yeah, ball just across the 5-yard line.
Burros very deliberate in their huddle here this drive as well too. Taking their time, not a, hey, we're going to bleed the clock, but just we're going to get the play in. We're going to work in our tempo. They get up to the line of scrimmage, 5 on the play clock. Lushik under center. He will turn, give off here. Owens trying to get in. He is turned back. Second effort of the defense stops him short.
Owens on carry for the Burros.
And it brings up 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
It looked like Zane Lyons, Eli Lyons, along with Zach Word in on the tackle. And just once again, the Broncos wrapping up high, not able to get down low and get those stops.
See if maybe the Burros go to that heavy set where they move Jack Matson back to a second fullback spot, as it looks like they will. Is that Alan Moocher coming in on the Moocher comes in on the offensive line. Matson slides in at a fullback. Owens is a tailback. They'll turn, hand off to him. Great play in the backfield, though. Coming up, Sully Kelson making a play again. Reads it, blitzes, trips him up. 4th and goal here for the Burros.
Yep, ball about a ball length away from the goal line. Good play there by Sully Kelson and Eli Lyons.
Let's make some noise, Bronco fans.
Here's a big 4th down for both sides. Burros trying to extend and, well, get a conversion to make it a 3-score game. Lisbon here, the Broncos trying to keep it where it's at. On the doorstep of the end zone. Burrows turn, handoff. Owens plunges in ahead, touchdown. Sawyer Owens from a half-yard out, in for his 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
Yeah, big push there by John Matson, Jack Matson, Brody Dickoff, just blowing open that right side for Sawyer Owens to plunge across the goal line.
With 8:28 to go here in this 4th quarter. Here, Owens with the 1-yard touchdown run. Burrows now leading 16-0 with the conversion pending. Here they'll line out, take a timeout. They'll take a timeout to talk it out. 8:28 to go, 4th quarter. Hillsboro Central Valley scoring, leading 16-0 on your Bank North scoreboard.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Hillsboro Central Valley touchdown, 1-yard touchdown run for Sawyer Owens. Hillsboro Central Valley extending their lead, 16-0. Now we'll have the conversion attempt coming. Brody Dickoff earlier in the season, 5 of 8 on PATs. Hasn't kicked one in the last couple days. The Burros have opted to go for 2 as of late, and so far they're 1 for 1 on the 2-point conversion here today. They will come out with the offensive set. Sawyer Owens deep back, Carson Cassette the fullback in the backfield. Lushik under center. He will turn, give off on the option. Cassette takes the option that time, and he is stopped up short. 2-point run fails, and Hillsboro Central Valley is up 16-0 on your Bank North scoreboard. 4th quarter, 8:28 to go on yourliveevent.com.
Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has adapted to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. Production of edible beans helps many growers in the Red River Valley make their farming operation more profitable. These growers are also producing a nutritious, high-protein food source helping feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton with receiving stations in Garski, Grafton, Larimore, Sharon, Devils Lake, Lincoln, Wilton, and East Grand Forks. Learn more at centralvalleybean.com or call 701-847-2622.
Kickoff for Hillsboro Central Valley. There as Evan Chapetsky going to be kicking for Hillsboro Central Valley, kicking right to left. Have not seen Bryce Miller this second half. Trying to see what we can do. Here's a deep kick here as it's going to be taken up the right sideline, or up the right side. Carter Keller trying to find room. And finds nothing past the 24-yard line as he's brought down by the Burros special teams. Hunter Kleckner in on the tackle along with Ethan Drake.
Yeah, Cruz Ranke just missed his block here to spring Carter Keller to the outside down the sideline.
So the Lisbon Broncos looking to get the offense flowing here. That 2-point conversion stop was a big stop because it keeps it a 2-score game in that touchdown and 2-point conversion times 2 would be the equalizer. Here's the Broncos come out, trips receiver set over to the left side. In the shotgun, Evan Tui will take it. He'll keep it himself. Find a little sliver of room that was closed quickly that time. Chase Halfley able to wrap him up. Jacob Miller, the second man on the scene there after the gain of 5 for Evan Tui.
Yeah, Tui had a nice run there and then got kind of pushed horizontal, lost a little bit of momentum. Finally stopped by the Burros.
Here is, get that update there, fourth quarter here in Lisbon. This Region 1 matchup. Shotgun set. Tui with the running back to the left side. Turns, hands off. Hit in the backfield. The blitz comes in. The flag comes in as well, too. Up around the face mask there. Grayson Lyons nowhere to go. Hit immediately as he was handed the football. But the flag coming in going to help out the Broncos with some yardage on this one.
Yeah, fortunate for the Broncos as it looked like that handoff got a bad exchange on the handoff. Lyons slipped a little bit. And then Hillsboro dinged with the face mask.
Well, Hillsboro Central Valley walking back defensively, they know. Sebastian Gayton in at that left side defensive end for Hillsboro Central Valley. Again, have not seen Bryce Miller this second half. He's playing there at the defensive end spot. First down off the penalty for the Lisbon Broncos. There, and it will be the inadvertent face mask, just the 5-yard, but enough to move the sticks. Trips receivers to the right side. Here is the Broncos rolling out to that right side. Tui's going to throw over the middle. It's tipped. Halfley got a hand on it.
Ball tipped by Halfley.
Couldn't one-hand it, though, and tipped up. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, Zane Lyon, the intended receiver on that. Halfley did a good job stretching out and knocking that ball down.
Ventui now 4 of 9 passing in this game. They'll bring the play in. Carter Keller in on this play as well. For the Broncos, sending trips receivers out to the right side, one to the left side, Sully Kelson out there by his lonesome on the top of your screen. On 2nd and 10. Rolling right, looking to pass, pressure coming, throwing back across the middle, pass up, tipped, intercepted by Lusick. Lusick with the pick off the Jacob Miller tip. He's rolling to the right side. He'll go down. He'll slide. And Lusick with the interception and the turnover by the Burro defense.
Yeah, just like you do in practice. Nice tip drill. Lusick coming down with the interception.
Here is Lusick. Credit him with the pick. His now 5th pick of the year. And then Miller had the tip. Jacob Miller had the tip on that one, and just a nice connection there on those two defenders to make that up. So Hillsboro Central Valley now in the 4th quarter, taking it with 7:04 to go, and a chance here to run some clock and throw some ice here on this one. Receivers each set in the I formation. Lusick turns, hands off, gives it off to Owens. Sawyer Owens, 9 yards on first down.
Owens on the carry, stopped by Anderson and Lyons.
62 yards on 15 carries now.
Second down for the Burros.
For Sawyer Owens. Second down, and Owens will check out. Looks like Kleckner coming in because that slides to the tailback. Griffin Mitzel, Brody Rognes out to the left side as receivers. Chase Halfley on the right side, the tight end. Jack Matson, Jamison Lee, John Matson, Colin Jen, and Brody Dickoff, your offensive line. Tyson Lushik under center, looks at the play clock, drip down in the back of the end zone, snaps it at 1. And it's going to be Kleckner on the option and going to be pushed forward. They'll have the... Well, then, no, they will not have the first down. Short by about half a yard.
By Brock and Eli Lyons.
There for...
Third down.
Third and short now by the Borough offense.
Yeah, ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Kleckner once again picking up some yards. The Broncos made the initial stop, but then that offensive line just pushed him forward, just short of the first down.
So the second takeaway by the Borough defense here today. The first one was a fumble in the first half, allowed him to go down and score. Now trying to take advantage of the interception in the second half. Showing blitz on the outside edge. Burrow's going to run up the gut. And they will pick it up for the first down on the keeper. Quarterback sneak for Tyson Lushik, and first down, move the chains. .49 yards rushing on 11 carries now for Lushik. Burrows through the air, not connecting on a whole lot, just 2 of 10 passing, but on the ground here, that attack's been able to just keep humming along. Just, I'll take my little chunk of yard on this play, a little chunk on this play, and just kind of keep chipping away. I formation, 2 receivers to the left side. Turn, give, second man here to Sawyer Owens. Stopped in the backfield, and he'll just kind of dive over the defense that time. Pick up what he can. Again, Kelson there to disrupt the play. 2-yard gain.
Stop for the Broncos.
Yeah, Kelson with the dive there on Owens. Owens just was able to hit his cutback and dive forward for a gain.
Lisbon Broncos here. Their final regular season home game. Next week they go on the road. Wrap up the regular season against Sargent County. They were leading against Mayport CG last we checked. Mayport CG will go on the road, take on Hillsboro Central Valley next week. That game will be at CV. Hunter Kleckner, the carry inside, stonewalled up front. There, Eli Lyons helping to stop him.
It looked like Eli Lyons kind of jumped on the pile there. Brock Lyons making the contact initially.
Well, jump on the pile. Sometimes the announcer will think you made the tackle, you get in the stat sheet. That's what you want to do. Hustle the ball, jump on the pile, right? Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Take that half a tackle, right? It all adds up. There, so third down and long now for Hillsboro Central Valley. 3rd and 8. Receiver left side is Griffin Mitzel. High formation for Tyson Lushik under center. Play action looking left side. Pressure going to come now as he works his way out. Left side, scampering through. Flag comes in as he is brought down at the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4. Flag on the play, though, if the Broncos want to march him back further.
Yeah, I think that was Chase Halfley maybe whistled with an illegal block or a hold.
It is a hold on Hillsboro Central Valley. They will mark him back another 10 yards, their 5th penalty of the game. And officials coming over talking with coach, and yeah, no, they are going to move him back. They are moving him back here, 10 yards.
Brings up 3rd and long.
So 3rd down and 18 now for Hillsboro Central Valley. And this was the same part of the field in the first half where they kind of went back and forth with some penalties here. Had it 1st and 20 to 1st and 5 after a defensive penalty and back with a sack. And so, they're going to respot the ball here at the 41. So they moved it back a couple extra yards. So ball at the 41-yard line of the Lisbon Broncos. Hillsboro Central Valley coming up. And 10 on the play clock. Lushik has everyone up at the line of scrimmage and just says, chill out for a couple seconds. Let the clock run down. Snap it here. Now pitch out to the right side here to Owens. Sawyer Owens trying to find room on the edge. Nothing there. Along the sideline does find a little sliver as he hits the jet, stops, sneaks by, and does pick up about 5 yards there, but still going to be a 4th and long.
Yeah, Sawyer Owens trying to find the edge. Had a nice stiff arm there, looked like on Ian Anderson. Picks up some positive yards.
So Burrows with the clock ticking down here to 2:23 to go in this fourth quarter. And it right now for the Burrow defense, knock on wood, but it's been 11 quarters and 10 minutes since they've been scored upon. That last-minute touchdown in the loss at Northern Cass, and then 2 straight shutouts and pitching one so far here down to the final 2 minutes. Fair catch here on the punt by Dickoff, and it will roll to the end zone. Net of 36 on the punt, or will net 16 after the touchback to the 20. But a drive here where the Burrows were able to eat up a lot of clock. 1:53 to go. A 5.5-minute drive that ends in a punt, and now the Broncos have to score twice and do it in 1 minute and 53 seconds. Broncos up to the line of scrimmage, receiver left side. Here and under center. He will turn to, he will give off to Ian Anderson, wrapped up by Griffin Mitzel. Anderson carries forward for 4 yards.
Yeah, Anderson taking that handoff, nice 4-yard gain. I'm just trying to think back, was that NDSU last year that scored 2 or 3 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes?
I mean, was that last year?
I was trying to make, could have been the year before, but that was amazing, amazing game.
Yeah. Here's just in the kind of left corner of your screen, you can see a little bit of that harvest moon right there through the outline of the trees behind there. Means it's fall football, playoffs coming up, 2 weeks and a day away. Both teams trying to fight for some playoff positioning right now. Hillsboro, Central Valley trying to hold on to this one as the 4-yard carry sets up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I'm sure Hillsboro will give up these 4-yard carries by the Broncos all day right now.
Ellendale Edgeley Calm leading 28-6 over Northern Cass. 6 minutes left in the fourth. Sargent County defeats Mayport CG 46-0. Valley City leading Oaks and the Highlanders with the football. 8 minutes left in the fourth, 18-14. And we're 16-0. And this one here, Hillsboro Central Valley leading over Lisbon. Final 30 seconds. Here's the clock will stop as Lions gets the carry for the first down. So Hillsboro Central Valley with the victory becoming apparent here. We'll go to 4-2 in region play, 6-2 overall. Lisbon will fall to 4-2 in the region as well, here with a 4-4 overall record, and we'll set up some potential big games next week in the final week to decide who will go to the playoffs. But the Burros get the win, 16-0 the final score. Your Bank North scoreboard. Hillsboro Central Valley now improved to 6-2 overall, 4-4 for Lisbon on the season. Stay tuned. Your post-game report coming up next on yourliveevent.com.
Being a good sport is the best way to learn from the activity you are involved in. Whether you are winning or losing the game, you can walk away with a positive experience if you show your integrity and respect and learn from the other team. Hi, my name is Addison, and I'm a student in the Central Valley School District. I've learned so much from competing in basketball, and a lot of what I've learned is by observing the other teams and taking positive influence from some of their greats in sportsmanship. I hope to continue to display this at the Central Valley School to also be an example. This message is from the Central
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsboro encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsboro for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Postgame report, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros defeating the Lisbon Broncos. Final here, 16-0. Hillsboro Central Valley with the victory goes to 6-2 overall, 4-2 in Region 1 play. Lisbon falls to 4-4. They are 4-2 in Region play as well. Our game summary in this one as we go back to the first half after both teams' offensive moved the ball but were stopped by the opposing defensives. Turnover on downs in the opposing territory on the first drive. It'd be Hillsboro Central Valley punting back to Lisbon. And the Broncos here would have a pitch play that bounced off the hands there for a loss, and then would have a snap that got by the quarterback, and it would be recovered in the end zone, a safety for Hillsboro Central Valley. They go on the board 2-0, 8:05 to go in the first half. Burros, after punting after the free kick, they get the ball back after a Bronco fumble, and they're able to go down the field in 3 minutes and 7 seconds and score it off with a Carson Gazette 2-yard rushing touchdown. They lead 10-0 after the 2-point conversion was good. There to go into half up by double digits. And fourth quarter, we had a Sawyer Owens 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed, but 16-0, and that would be our lone score in the second half. Interception by Tyson Lushik for the Burro defense. Able to run off 5 minutes on offense, give the ball back with little time to the Broncos, and the Broncos unable to get down the field for the scores they needed to tie it up. So 16-0, Hillsboro Central Valley with their third straight shutout and fourth in the last 5 games for them as they pick up the victory 16-0. Here on yourliveevent.com. We'll come back here. We'll have players and coaches join us next, all part of your postgame report.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance, Gullison Olson Agency.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club.
Hillsboro Central Valley with the 16-0 victory over the Lisbon Broncos. As part of our postgame report, we go down to the field. Brent Dick on the field. First up for Hillsboro Central Valley, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Tyson Lushik.
All right, I'm here with Tyson Lushik. Tyson, just your thoughts on this win by Hillsboro Central Valley and what it means to your team.
Yeah, no, obviously it's great. We needed to come in here and win if we wanted to get the home field advantage. But we got to win next week still, but it's a huge win for us and just a great team win overall. We kind of struggled throwing the ball. I missed some throws I should have made. Line gave me enough time. I just didn't make, but Line did a great job and we ran the heck out of the ball. So couldn't be more proud of the guys.
Yeah, and you talked a little bit about your offense. Let's go into your defense. We knew this was going to be just a defensive battle between the two teams. You guys held the Broncos. You shut them out again. I think this is likely probably your fourth or fifth game now that you guys have had a shutout, and then you just gave up 6 points to Ellen to allegedly calm. Talk a little bit about your defense today.
Yeah, you know, Coach Rieger does a great job. I don't know how much hours of film that guy watches, but I'm sure it's over like 6 hours a week. He does a great job putting the schemes together, draws so much stuff up for us to look at in practice, and the guys just go out and get the job done. So, yep.
All right, this is Tyson Lushik. He's our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Tyson, congratulations and good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you. Shout out Dana Anderson. I know you're listening.
All right, there we go. Our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, bringing the energy here tonight. Tyson Lushik, a couple big quarterback scrambles there, helping to extend plays. Had the big pick there in the fourth quarter as well. He's our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Remember, life takes energy. Find out more online, enbridge.com. Back down to the field here, Hunter Kleckner now joining there with Brent Dick.
Yeah, I have Hunter Kleckner here. Hunter, we saw you in that second half. Coach put you in the game. You had a lot of nice runs, just chewing up, 4 or 5 yard runs, carrying a lot of those Bronco tacklers with you. Just talk about, that second half and how you guys were able to push through that and get the victory today.
Yeah, so obviously 88, Bryce Miller, he got a little hurt. And some guys had to step up, so we just started running the ball. Our offensive line did an amazing job making that hole open for me and getting me to be able to get yards, so it's good.
Yeah, all right, Hunter. You guys moved to 6-2 on the season, and you put yourself in a really good position here to host a playoff game now with by defeating the Broncos. What do you think that's going to mean there for Hillsboro Central Valley? You guys were kind of down on your luck last season. You're going to bring some playoff football here, possibly back to Hillsboro.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. They're a good team. We got to bring it our all. Still a playoff game next week, so just got to give it our all and hope to win.
All right, back up to you up there, Jake.
All right, thank you, Brent. There, Hunter Kleckner joined us, one of our stars of the game for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Burros with the victory 16-0 over the Lisbon Broncos. Here in our post-game report, we're going to talk our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. The connection in this one, we're going to look at that fourth quarter pick there as Jacob Miller, the freshman, rolls up, tips it back, able to get it over to Tyson Lushik for the interception, the turnover, the takeaway. And the Burros going +2 in takeaways today. So two teammates teaming up there for the connection. In this one, your post-game connection from Halstead Telephone Company. They are how to connect, discover local reliability you can trust with Halstead Telephone Company. As we go back down to the field with Brent Dick.
All right. I'm here right now with another Hillsboro Central Valley player. And just let us know your name here.
I'm Sebastian Gaitan.
Oh, Sebastian Gaitan. All right, Sebastian, just talk about your defense here a little bit. Hillsboro picking up another shutout here on the Lisbon Broncos. You come down to Bronco Field. You guys pick up the victory. What does that mean here for Hillsboro Central Valley going forward?
It's really good, and
we're trying to aim for the playoffs, and it was amazing to get a stop like that and 0 points. I think it's been past 4 in the 5 games that they've scored 0, and it's just a blessing to be on this team.
Yeah, we talked about the kind of the experience in the your senior class, or you guys have 11 in the football squad. You actually have 10 that suit up for every game. What does that mean to have that senior leadership and to put dress those guys and put you guys on the field every week?
Yeah, it's amazing. When I got a penalty today and they just brought me up, the seniors, and they're trying to just I don't know what to say, but like kind of just brought me up and kept my mind in the right spot to keep playing strong and hard.
Yeah, that's just one thing with you got an experienced squad like there, a bunch of seniors around here, and that's what they're going to do. They're not going to tear you down. They're going to pick you back up, and that's exactly what you want to out of that senior class that you guys got going. So just looking forward, into next week and the week after that, you guys possibly host a playoff game, putting yourself in good position to do that. What do you think that's going to do there for the fan base up in Hillsboro?
Oh, they're going to get excited, I hope, but it's going to be amazing. I hope we win this next game, and we're just going to be focused, enjoy this win for about 15 minutes or so, and just get locked in for that next game,
All right, Jake, back up to you. This is Hunter Guyton down here on the field for this player interview.
Thank you there. As Sebastian Gayton, one of the Hunter Kleckner, a couple guys that came in nicely for the Burros in that second half and throughout the game there to play a role in this one as Hillsboro Central Valley with the 16-0 victory over Lisbon. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back more when we return on your postgame report, yourliveevent.com.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime, serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond. We are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
I was visiting with Ben at the Hillsboro Body Shop, and we discussed, a lot of things. And then we were discussing, when do you think about the body shop? Most times it's after your vehicle gets damaged from an accident, hitting a deer, hailstorms, scratches, dents, windshield cracks. Ben says, beep. I say, when you need the repairs to your vehicle as you're thinking of the Hillsboro Body Shop, call Ben. 701-636-4981.
Hillsboro Campground and Laundry is conveniently located right off I-29 exit 104, offering spacious pull-through sites large enough to accommodate Class A rigs with tow cars. Laundry services open 24/7, serving both our campground guests and local community. And for extra flexibility, furnished rentals are available up to 3 bedrooms, perfect for overflow guests or housing your harvest crew. Whether you're here for a night or a season, Hillsboro Campground has you covered.
Final score tonight on your Bank North scoreboard, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros over the Lisbon Broncos 16-0. We talk our post game in this one. We're going to look at our Agassi Precision play in the game. From Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsboro, your precision planting dealer, as precision in this one. And just going to go to that second half, the tempo, the pace that Hillsboro Central Valley wanted to play with there, especially in that fourth quarter. Couple drives there, one after the interception, and just methodically going up there, picking up your yards, get into the huddle. Get the play called, everyone catches their breath, we get to the line of scrimmage, we wait to snap it till we want to snap it, and just that good rhythm there, everyone in tempo, in cadence, in rhythm, getting that going. They were playing with precision there in that fourth quarter there, that extended 4-minute offense, if you want to call it, for Hillsboro Central Valley. So that is your Agassi precision plays in the game here today. Hillsboro Central Valley with the 16-0 victory over Lisbon. Burros improve to 6-2 overall. Broncos fall to 4-4. A couple other score updates in the region. At Sargent County defeats Mayport CG 46-8. Ellendale Edgeley Calm leading Northern Cass late in the fourth, 28-6. Valley City leading Oaks late in the fourth, 24-14 in those region matchups here. And of course, big matchups coming up next week as part of the final week of the regular season as well, too. So we'll have coaches' comments when we return here. YourLiveEvent.com. Burrows over the Broncos, 16-0 your final score.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get to see Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy.
Postgame report on YourLiveEvent.com. Hillsboro Central Valley 16-0 winners over the Lisbon Broncos. Third straight shutout for the Burro defense. And their head coach, Joe Johnson, down on the field with Brent Dick.
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Joe Johnson. Coach Johnson, you guys coming into a Bronco field, you pull out the win here, 16-0 over the Broncos. You move to 6-2. You guys put yourself in an interesting position here going forward. What does this win mean here to Hillsboro Central Valley?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say, Lisbon's a really, really good football team, and we knew that it was going to be a grinded out kind of a game. We talked about it all week that we expected this to be a 4-quarter game, and that's exactly what it was. They're a strong football team, and they proved that tonight. So my hat goes off to Lisbon, a good team and well coached. Interesting. Big this time of the year. There's a lot of playoff implications. We said it all year that we felt like coming into the season that we had 9 games that were games that we could possibly win, but they were also all games that we could possibly lose. And we've really seen that happen in the region, Region 1 and Region 2 of, we feel like for the, any team could beat any team in Region 1. And we're seeing that in sort of the playoff picture of who's beating who.
Yeah, just one thing I noticed there, we had talked about that senior class that you have. You're suiting up 10. You have 11 in that senior class that have been with you from the start. But it just seemed like once they got inside that red zone, those boys just had the goal line. They could just sniff that goal line, and they knew that they needed to get that ball across there. So, what do you think about that leadership and the going out to your seniors there?
Yeah, you're exactly right that it's senior leadership in those moments when you get into the red zone, and again, that starts on the line of scrimmage, and I'm proud of those guys. The front 5, and then of course with Chase at tight end, making blocks when we needed to make blocks, and we had a couple of calls that really hurt us, penalties that really hurt us, but we talk a lot about how are we going to respond when things don't go just right. How are we going to respond to that? And I felt like our guys did a good job, and again, that's a part of maturity and mature football players is that they don't get too high and they don't get too low. So that happened kind of throughout the game, but we also saw sort of the epitome of that in the red zone of finding that goal line and finding a way to cross it.
Yeah, that's interesting, Coach. We had Sebastian Gaitan, Jr., come up here for an interview, and he just mentioned the same thing you talked about. He said he had made a mistake, and those seniors picked him up. They just said, hey, don't worry about it. We're still in this game. Let's just get out there and play good football.
Yeah, and Sebastian, that's a good example of a guy that just keeps working hard and keeps getting better every week. He's learning all the time in football. A big, strong, fast kid, and man, we needed him tonight, and he really stepped up in a big way. And those seniors, they take those guys, and I know he's a junior, but on our team, that's a young player in some ways, and those seniors taking those young players under their wing and really showing them what it's all about. At the beginning of the game, we talked about Tyson Lushik and the leader that he is, and how often he's saying the things that we're going to say as coaches before we get to it. And as we were approaching our huddle at the end after the game was over, what I had in my head was a team win. It took all 40 of our guys to get the win tonight, and a lot of people contributed in a lot of different ways. And to send guys over for the interview, there's a bunch of them we could send because it was a lot of guys that contributed to it. And so when we're getting to the huddle, we can hear Tyson saying, "This is a team win. It's a team win." That's senior leadership right there, raising up those young guys and building them up into being an important part of the team.
Yeah, Coach, that's good to hear. We're going to wrap this one up. Just like to send our congratulations again to Hillsboro Central Valley Burros on the victory tonight, Coach.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yep, good job, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brent, and Coach Johnson as well. Looks like Coach Mark Moss he's gone inside here, so won't have him joining us here. But we'll look at our final stats in this one. Hillsboro Central Valley with the victory over Lisbon, 16-0. For the Lisbon Broncos, it was Grayson Lyons, 15 carries, 59 yards on the ground rushing. Evan Tierney with 6 carries, 11 yards. 2 carries, 21 yards for Cruz Rinke. Ian Anderson with 5 carries, 18 yards. Team rushes 2 for negative 22. 30 carries, 87 yards on the ground. Through the air, it was Evan Tui was 4 of 10 passing with an interception here today. Completed 2 for 34 yards to Cruz Rinke, 1 for 2 yards to Carter Keller, 1 for 3 yards to Sully Kelson. 87 plus 39, 126 total offense here today. 2 turnovers by the Lisbon Broncos, just 2 penalties in the game as well. Defensively, Ian Anderson and Sully Kelson both had a sack apiece for the Bronco defense. Broncos fall to 4-4 overall. 4-2 in region play. They wrap the regular season next week on the road at Sargent County. For Hillsboro Central Valley, Sawyer Owens with 17 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Carson Cassette, 9 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown. It was Tyson Lushik going 11 carries, 49 yards. Hunter Kleckner, 6 carries, 21 yards. 2 carries, negative 8 yards on a pair of sacks given up by the Borough offense. 42 carries, 166 yards on the ground. Tyson Lushik through the air was 2 of 10 passing for 22 yards. 1 catch, 9 yards for Bryce Miller. 1 catch, 13 yards for Chase Halfley. 166 plus 22 is 188 yards of total offense for Hillsboro Central Valley. They did not turn the ball over. They had 5 penalties in the game. Defensively, it was Tyson Lushik with an interception. There was also a fumble recovery. Not sure exactly who recovered that fumble, but the Burros got the takeaway on defense. They also scored on a safety as well on a snap that went by the quarterback into the end zone, recovered in the end zone by Lisbon for that safety. That was the first 2 of the 16 for the Burros. Other points came on a Carson Cassette 2-yard run, a Sawyer Owens 1-yard run. Burros 1 of 2 on 2-point conversion catches or conversion attempts. A catch by Bryce Miller, run failed on the second one. Burros go to a 6-2 overall, 4-2 in region play. They wrap up the season next week at Central Valley Randy Vegan Field as they take on Mayport CG in the regular season finale. Burros with the victory, 16-0 over the Broncos. We thank you for joining us here for our broadcast coverage. Appreciate your viewership. Thanks as well to all the fine sponsors you've seen and heard throughout our broadcast coverage. We ask whenever possible, please patronize those businesses. At the very least, tell them thank you. You're the ones that allow us to be here with our coverage. Thanks for our sideline partner, Brent Dick, joining me here tonight. Myself, Jake Berkmeyer. Thanks once again for tuning in for the Hillsboro Central Valley Borough victory over the Lisbon Broncos, 16-0, the final score on yourliveevent.com.